I shall call it Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for all things football. The Fan. Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Not this one.
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth.
Mr. T-Bone.
And a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis, pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Oh, yeah. It's a Football Friday. You can smell it. You can feel it. You can hear it. It's all here. You ready for this? Tyvis Powell joining me. I'm T-Bone. Good morning, Tyvis.
Oh, good morning. Did you know about, I want to say a year, I don't know if it's been a year or 2 years, but it was this thing that took over the internet. It was the Hawk Tua girl. Here we are.
Remember.
1 year to 2 years later, and Hawk Tua is still the topic of conversation. Ain't that something?
Jalen Carter went Hawk Tua yesterday, start off his NFL season. That didn't go so well for him. We will talk about that. Cowboys, Eagles last night, kicking off the NFL season. Plenty to get into with that. At least the first half was something. That was perfect for those of us who get up early in the morning. That was, hey, how about you watch a half of football?
That's literally where all the action was. Nothing happened after that, so yeah.
CeeDee Lamb would like you to have also just watched the first half and none of the second half. He would be very happy about that. So
I actually fell asleep right after the Jake Elliott field goal in the third quarter, and then I checked my phone. I was mad that I fell asleep, and I was like, oh, I didn't miss anything.
No.
I saw the scoring.
You
That
want
was
to know?
it.
You want to
Yeah.
know what's funny? So before I went to sleep last night, because I think I seen the Jake Elliott field goal as well. I hadn't seen this tweet that said all the people who took their 47 and the over on the 47 and a half or the 46 is smiling right now. And I woke up this morning to find out they didn't cover.
They didn't cover. Dude, I'm telling you, if I was a bettor, I didn't bet it last night, but if I had, I would have bet the over. And for sure, I would have gone to bed being like, oh, yeah, this is done. I'll find out tomorrow just how much they won by. But yeah, or how much they went over. But yeah, that bet's cashing. And then you get up and find out, no, it didn't. Not at all. So we got a lot to get to today. The Football Friday forecast, get that right. That is with Meredith Garfalo, 10 TV meteorologist. She will join us at 7:30. At 8:15, we'll have Morning Breath, where you get to hear from people who said stuff that's stupid. We had an NFL analyst yesterday say that Tom Brady's not a generational talent. And I think we need to figure out what the hell that means, because sounds crazy to me. We have also got, of course, Ohio State and Grambling coming up at 3:30 in the Shoe. Coverage starts on the Fan tomorrow morning, bright and early, 10 a.m., all here on the Fan. And, of course, we will have you covered pregame. We will have you covered postgame. We will have you covered for the game, the actual gameplay, all of it here on the Fan. So, yeah, lots to get to there. But I got to say, as I was I put the sheet together and I start trying to figure out, all right, what can we talk about? We've got NFL starting up. We got, Brazil tonight.
Yes.
Kansas City.
Did you see the video?
Taking on the Chargers.
Did you see the video of Travis Kelce imitating Patty?
Oh, so yeah, if you didn't see this, we should have grabbed the audio. I totally forgot to say to grab it.
He sounds just like you.
Well, because Pat Mahomes starts talking, and then they ask Travis Kelce a question. He goes, yeah, guys, I got to say, it's pretty great.
He sounds.
It was awesome. The man just got engaged. He's loose. He knows this is probably his last season. He's getting ready to marry a billionaire. Good for him. He's loose and fun.
He's winning.
Winning at life, baby. Yeah. But you got that tonight. So I'm putting, all right, let's talk about that game. Let's talk about the Browns and the Bengals coming up. We got plenty of thoughts on that. I've got all these different thoughts on, there's some college football stuff that I think is flying under the radar this week, and we can talk about. Ross Bjork had comments about the playoffs. There's a new transfer window that's now been kind of finalized. And I'm putting all this stuff on the sheet. And I get up this morning and I look at it and I'm like, I didn't put Ohio State Grambling on the sheet to talk about today. That's how, what I'm saying is the amount of thought I put into Ohio State, Texas last week, where it was months of thought about that game.
Yeah.
And then this game has been I haven't thought about this game other than they're playing Grambling. They should win by a lot. End of thinking. And I'm realizing that's the challenge that Ryan Day has this week is to get his guys who have been obsessed, I'm sure, over that Texas game to not do what I'm doing right now and focus on what they have to do this weekend.
Well, I mean, there's things that, first of all, this is what they call pad the stats type of game.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you only scored 14 points last week. Nobody really had this breakout game. It's going to be a bunch of that going on this week because you got to catch back up on the stats when you talk about, postseason awards and things like that. So I expect to see those guys go out there and sling the ball around, score a bunch of touchdowns. I really want to see that run game because this is one of those confidence boosters. The run game was kind of stagnant a little bit last week against Texas. So you would imagine against Grambling State, they want to really emphasize on getting those gaps open, getting those running backs to get through there and come up with some explosive runs. But at the end of the day, you got the best wide receiver in the country who I don't really know how many yards he had last week. I think he had like 6 catches, but it wasn't for a lot of yards. He's probably going.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
You would think that this whole offense probably is chomping at the bit to go out there and do something like that, put some numbers up.
Yeah, even for a guy like Brian Hartline, like to be able to, get an opportunity to try to put up as many points as you possibly can. I think the record is 74, 75 when we played FAMU. I don't think it's been more than that since.
Yeah. Jeremiah Smith, you might have seen him get he was out there on punt return. And Ryan Day
definitely saw that, and I was like, what is going on?
Well, Ryan Day said that's a feature, not a bug. They're going to do that more often. They want to get him touches.
He had 6 catches for 43 yards, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's very modest for him.
Yeah,
that's what the kids call mid.
Okay.
That's a very mid game.
Well, when your quarterback only throws for 100 and something yards, it's hard to get some receiving yards out of that.
That's even more reason why they're going to put the ball in the air this week.
Well, I want to see Julian Sayin throw the ball. I want to see, because he's going to get in the game, I want to see Lincoln Keenholz throw the ball. I want to see a lot of the second-team guys have a chance to do things because and this is the type of game, and again, playing Ohio the week after this, Ohio is a better program than Grambling. Obviously, they play in a bigger conference. They have, more resources there. But I don't think anyone expects the Bobcats to come in next week either and shock the world against Ohio State. Although, shout out to Mike Nugent many years ago, kicking a field goal against Ohio. If he hadn't done that, I believe that was national championship season where Nuge hit a field goal at the end of the game.
To beat OU.
Yeah, that was trestle ball, baby. Every game got interesting. That was a lot of fun back in those days. I say fun, meaning the calls used to take on this radio station every week were just, how dare they? Why didn't they put up 40 on this team?
I tell you what, now that this game is playing from yesterday, it just reminded me. I got a lot of players out there in fantasy. It just hit me. This is fantasy season. Like, forget who they are.
See,
like, forget records. It's about fantasy.
Tyvis is a former Ohio State player, and you're even losing focus on Grambling as we're talking about Ohio State and Grambling.
Because the Buckeyes should go out there and handle their business.
That's what I'm saying.
This is.
I know, but
if they don't beat them by more than 40 points, I'll be shocked.
All right. So what I want to see out of this game is a clean game, no injuries, lots of dudes playing. Lots of guys with second and third string attached to their names getting out there and getting time because they need that. I want to see a lot of freshmen play.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see all that stuff.
I don't want them to. I don't want to have a Julian Saying moment where it's like he didn't play a lot because we had these guys. I want these guys to get their reps now so they know what it's like to be in the game, make some plays, and it builds confidence. So if injuries happen or if next year is their time, they've already been out there. They've already know what it's like to get out there and make plays. So that's what this game is about. It's getting some of them younger guys a chance to get on the field and make plays to find out if they really are game ready. That's what we should find out in this game.
So we've got, there you go. There's your big Ohio State Grambling preview. It happened. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about the game, but let's just be real. If this game is not a 30-point blowout, at least we're all going to be pissed off Monday.
Well,
I have no idea what to expect spread-wise because none of these books will put one out.
No. No one wants to touch this game from could you imagine what the line would be on just picking the winner? Like, you know what I mean? A lot of sports books, that's what they do now. Is
minus 200,000.
Right. When they do this, a lot of them won't even put the odds out there because they're just like, why? Why even put the risk out there for this? They don't even want to touch it. All right, we'll come back. Last night was the first game of the season in the NFL, and I found out Dylan and I disagree in a big way on something. We're going to argue about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Friday. We just had a crash that cleared up for folks over on the east side. It was all happening on 70 in that eastbound direction, just past Bryce Road, that northbound area. Right shoulder was blocked for quite a bit there. Crews just left the scene this morning, but do be mindful if you're heading out towards the east side, especially way out towards Newark this morning. We're definitely noticing some foggy conditions out there. I'm going to make sure all drivers are taking it nice and slow on the roads this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. TNCs apply in-app only.
Get your exterior painting to-dos done easily with Dutch Boy Pristine Exterior Paint. With its rain rinse technology, rain naturally washes away dirt and grime. Plus, it resists cracking and peeling, making it perfect to withstand the harshest weather conditions. Save big money on Pristine Exterior Paint and start your painting project today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
It's always a good day at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship. September 18th through 21st at the Scarlet Course. PGA Tour's rising stars compete, Hub 13 drink specials, and more. Get free tickets today at ncc-golf.com.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron, you know how we say eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians? Yeah? So, that makes for a lousy acronym. PHVAC. Doesn't work. Okay, but... So what if we change it to plumbing, heating, AC, and electrical? PHACE. Face. With a PH.
Get Eco.
No one is going to remember face with a PH. Call Eco today and ask for a face man with a PH. No one is going to ask for a face man with a PH. Sure they will.
Get Eco.
Besides, we spent thousands of dollars saying plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. You can't just change it to face man with a PH. It could be big, Aaron. I don't think so. Would you rather I go back to inventing random household items and stop messing with your catchphrase? Yes, please.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians, not face men. With a PH.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fans YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Berm's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers? Use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions that'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes. Anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun, your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
from the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see some patchy areas of fog this morning and very refreshing with wake-up temperatures in the 40s and 50s. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine and breezy. We will see those afternoon highs soar in the mid to low 80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, we'll see chances of showers and storms developing overnight, some which could be on the stronger side, so make sure to have ways to get warnings. Our lows will get down into the 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Just a reminder, Tyvis thinks all pizza tastes the same. Also a reminder, Tyvis was born without taste buds. You're listening to Bone and Tyvis.
Football Friday here on The Fan, the Football Friday forecast with Meredith Garfalo coming up at 7:30, Morning Breath at 8:15. Also tonight, high school football on The Fan. Where are they at tonight? It's Olentangy Liberty at Gahanna. Should be a good game there. Coverage starts at 6:30, all brought to you by Capital Ford of Columbus. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then afterwards, you can hear Ryan Baker on his show. So we got a whole slate of football today, football tonight, NFL action tonight in Brazil. That's the YouTube game. And I only know that because every time I open YouTube, it's like, do you want to save this game? Do you want to add this to your queue? Do you want? It's like, God, yes, I got it.
When
I'm aware.
When they say YouTube, like literally, it's on
YouTube TV. And I think YouTube.
Okay.
Like it's streaming on
so like,
YouTube only, right? It's an only YouTube game.
So you mean to tell me when I go travel to State College and I go to this hotel,
yep,
if they got like cable, I can't see it.
Got to watch it on your phone.
Yeah.
11-inch plasma, baby.
Why would they do this? Why do they do this?
It's a little thing called money. That's exactly why they're doing everything. Because that YouTube paid a bunch of money for this type of stuff. So that's what they're getting.
Allegedly, I wish that I had this little device thing that I could have packed.
Yes.
Allegedly, though.
Do we know who's going to be on the call for this game?
No idea.
Here's the good news. It won't be Mike Tirico. Last night I tweeted something out. I said, why did I even say? I don't even know why I put this on Twitter because I'm just watching the game. And every season I remember this where I go, I don't get Mike Tirico at all. I tweeted out.
You dislike him?
Here's what I said. I said, I'm always amazed at the number of people who find Mike Tirico to be an enjoyable broadcaster.
And then what happened after you tweeted?
And I got a bunch of replies like, he's my favorite broadcaster of all time. And then Dylan in our group chat says, like, we've got to talk. I got something to tell you.
No, he tweeted you.
I quote tweeted you.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Whatever.
And I woke up this morning, it was like the first thing on my timeline, and I laughed.
Well, wherever it was, that's what I know is that, yes, Dylan, why? So what do you find? Help me understand Mike Tirico, because I watch him every time. To me, he's wallpaper. He's doing the job. He's been there a long time. No one gets excited about him. And if he was gone, nobody would probably, like, if he wasn't doing broadcasting, I don't think anybody would be like missing him. He's just fine. He's average. He's completely average. Explain to me why he's great.
To me, that's what the play-by-play person is supposed to be. You're almost supposed to not even notice them. They're describing the action. You got the color commentary guy. If he wants to chime in and say something exciting, that's more his job. But like, he does have some exciting calls to me, and I don't know, this might be super biased. When LeBron baptized Jason Terry with that alley-oop dunk from Dwayne Wade, that was Mike Tirico on the call.
See, okay.
And they're like, Cole, Wade, James. Like, that call is, like, ingrained in my memory.
Your version there was better than his. Like, you did great. That was awesome. I'd rather listen to you call it than him. This is my problem, though, is because I was going to actually ask if you have a highlight, because it feels like all these broadcasters, like, I can point to Jim Nantz highlights, or Jim Nantz and Tony Romo, where they had great games together, where you're like, oh, yeah, these guys together. Al Michaels has so many calls you could point to and say, yeah, this is Al Michaels. This is why he's excellent. Mike Breen, when it comes to the NBA. Bang! Like, even Gus Johnson rubs a lot of people the wrong way. He's a Michigan man, so he can go to hell. But we know Gus Johnson calls. He has so many moments he's created for you that I feel like that's, to me, when you are the prime voice on. Mike Tirico doesn't just have any old job. He's not like the third guy on CBS who's calling Browns games like Spiro Dides. This is a guy who is regularly getting the number one game in the NFL or the number two game in the NFL, whatever Sunday Night Football gets on that particular week.
He's good at painting a picture.
and then looking like a picture at the end where he's just sitting on the wall, kind of just there. Just like he's holding the room together. He's fine. Nothing special. But yet every week.
So you want a guy that's trying to steal the show.
Yeah, you want it to be about him?
I want Joe Buck and Aikman. Buck has so many moments where you remember what he said, where you're like, oh, that was a great call by Joe Buck. And I used to be down on Joe Buck, but over the years, he's grown on me because he finds ways to like let the moment speak for itself. He adds something perfect when he needs to. Yeah.
You know, I thought about you yesterday, late last night when the game started. I thought about the fact that they had that injury to start. And I was like, this ain't Fox. They not going to play the music.
They should have had it queued up, though. No, don't worry.
Oh, man, it would have been funny because I wouldn't have stopped laughing.
You imagine if they had that queued up, too, because then it's like, we'll be back. Dak Prescott has a loogie in his eye. Jalen Carter is being escorted from the premises.
We needed this with the hot tub.
Right. That was... Dude, what a way to start your season. What an idiot. My God.
We start off with an injury, and then 6 seconds into the game, spit on him.
Yeah.
This is 2 years in a row that somebody that spit on somebody. Last year it was the Oregon game. This year is this game.
Yeah, that's
what's
right.
What's going on, man? I don't understand why people think like you gonna spit. Like I applaud the people that's been spit on, like that's handled it with class. They're professionals.
What would happen if someone had spit on
I'm
Tyvis
going
Powell?
to jail. I'm telling you right now, I am going to jail.
What's the biggest?
Yeah, I don't blame you.
What's the biggest like pop-off moment you've been a part of in a game? Like skirmish-wise, I guess, or like something along
the team up north.
I was
game
going to say,
2013.
you were there for that,
but
right?
I wasn't on the field though.
No, because that was that kickoff.
Yeah, it was.
Was that
he was
a
on
kick return? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was. And by the way, I didn't blame anybody for doing it. But I still don't understand because who got thrown out of the game? Was
Marcus
it
Hall?
Marcus Hall. That's when he flipped the double birds, right? As he was walking out.
Yeah.
But then didn't who was our kick returner?
Dontre?
Who transferred from Oregon,
Dontre
right?
Wilson?
Yeah. Like
He didn't transfer from Oregon.
No. Then who am I thinking of?
He committed here as a.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
Wasn't he from Texas?
I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm mistaken for somebody else.
DeSoto, Texas.
The point is that dude, little guy,
Yes,
right?
yes.
When he got like pushed around, it was like 5 Michigan dudes surrounding him, and then he finally like shoved one of them back, and then the refs were like, whoa, son.
And then he
Yay!
stole. Then he stole on him. Bah.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Don't let 5 Michigan guys surround him. And
No,
like,
he was in the right.
Absolutely
I didn't have no problem with Dontre doing that.
I don't know why I
The
thought he
funniest,
transferred
the
from
funniest part of the whole thing is the fact that they was throwing people out that got into it. Like they threw Dontre and Marcus out. But if you go back and watch the clip, Braxton Miller got somebody by the face mask swinging them trying to break their neck, and they didn't throw Braxton out the game. It was hilarious.
They understood. They were like, well, we can't throw out this guy. I mean, come on.
And Marcus Hall, he became a meme out of it, so I think it was worth it to him.
People thought that was classless at the time. It's like, nah, man, I wish the entire team would flip the bird when they walk in and walk out of that place. The band does it.
It was a great OHIO shirt.
Did you know that about the marching band?
What?
When they go, you know how like at the end of Script Ohio, they're like whenever they take the hat off and do that, and but then at the end they take the hat off. What they all do is they put their middle finger in the plume. And then they leave it up. I just flipped off the YouTube camera. The point is, they leave it up, and then they put that when they're at Michigan. That's what they do. They flip off Michigan with that's how they do it. So shout out to the band. Band also used to get in trouble because they would drop Buckeyes on the field and stomp them into the turf when they went to Michigan. And then at one point, the referee said, if you do that, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the actual football team. And then they said, we're not doing that anymore. We don't want to cost the team. But they used to sneak Buckeyes in their uniforms and drop them on the field.
Oh, man.
I like it.
I like it. I love that rivalry. It's just great.
It'll never get old.
I like the fact that we almost fought their band.
Yeah, that's good.
We got into it in 2013 now.
Oh, you guys did?
Yeah, 2013 when we...
Fought the band?
So this what happened. So
I didn't know this story.
Well, this is what happened. We got... So, the locker rooms is right across from each other, right?
Yes. Oh, I'm very aware. Michigan State is very aware, too. Remember that whole skirmish they had? Yeah.
So, this is a terrible idea.
Why would they do that?
But anyway...
Answer, because it's Michigan engineers. They're dumb and they're bad at their jobs. Anyway, go ahead.
What happened is... Obviously, you swing the door open, they swung their door open. So they out there talking, like in the little hallway, just talking crazy.
Yes.
And next thing I know, I see like Philly and Jeff Hireman like standing at the door. Like they keep pushing the door. I'm like, why they keep pushing the door open? So everybody go over there and we are going back and forth, back and forth. So what happened is their band lines up in that hallway, like that walkway, because they get ready to go down to the field.
Yeah.
And for some odd reason, they made us come out of the locker room. So we were standing with the band, and we're already upset with the Wolverine players. So we started smacking sticks out the drummer's hands
Well,
and
now that's
knocking their equipment down. Yeah, no,
What's wrong with
forget
you?
them. Forget them and they band. Forget everything about them that day.
Sorry.
You're wearing the wrong colors.
That's a B move. That's a B move.
Nope, do something about it.
No.
Do something.
The 6'7" lineman.
Yep, slap the sticks out the drummer hand now. Do something.
There's a 6'7", 320-pound guy who's like all muscle, who you're like, yeah, man, you suck.
Forget them and they band.
I'm going to go over to this junior agriculture major and knock the drumstick out of their hand. Yeah.
Yep, that's what we did.
I love it. How are they going to play their fight song when you don't have any sticks in your hand?
What we did.
You know what? You actually spared a lot of people from hearing their dumb fight song anyway, so you probably did them a favor. That's good. By the way, the announcers for tonight, AJ in the chat said the announcers for tonight, I'm going to say this is true because AJ wouldn't lie to me. It's Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner on YouTube with Stacey Dales on the sideline. So there you go. That should be a good team. Rich Eisen's good. He's got personality.
Oh,
he's not
you
boring.
like him better than Mike Tirico.
He's not boring wallpaper like Mike Tirico.
That's messed up.
Here's the thing. He gets credit for being like the greatest broad. I see all these every year they do this where they're like Mike Tirico back on the broadcast. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. He's good. Like he's not bad. He's, to me, the Pizza Hut of broadcasters.
So Joe Buck and Troy Aikman is the best in the NFL to you?
I think Buck and Aikman is really good. I like Al Michaels a lot.
He's a legend.
But see, I go back to the days of, college football. To me, that's where the best announcers have been for football.
So Gus and Joel Klatt.
They're fine.
Herbie.
But like nothing tops to me.
Herbie.
No, not Herbie. Stupid. No, Keith Jackson, baby. Back in the day.
Oh, my God.
You know Keith Jackson. That's the guy. Rumbling, tumbling, stumbling down the field. Ricky Dudley, touchdown on the banks of the Olentangy. Like, that's my guy.
They steal the show.
They don't steal the show. They make it better. They improve it. They enhance it. Tirico's just like, hey, do you want basic cable? That's me. Like, he's just there. He's fine. You get all the channels. You're not getting the premium stuff. He's fine. No fights are happening. He didn't even want to talk about that Jalen Carter thing. The whole time he was just like, I'd like to move on, please, and talk about the football game.
What is there to talk about?
He spit on a guy. That's the whole thing I'd want to talk about for 3 hours. Be like, hey, if you just joined us, Jalen Carter's an idiot. Also, remember when he raced that person and people died at Georgia? Why is he on the field? This guy sucks. I hate him. Anyway, back to the football game. That's what I would have done.
Oh, you'd be fired before
you'd
be fired before a 2-minute mark.
They'd never let me on a broadcast. You kidding me? I don't even know how I have this job. Neither does the audience, for what it's worth. 2 minutes away, Ross Bjork said something yesterday that illustrates the difference between the powers that be in college football and the average fans. You'll hear that and clip that 2 minutes away. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are closely monitoring some foggy conditions, especially if you live out east. Taking a live look at a camera over on 70 just west of State Route 256. So we're talking folks in Bryce, Reynoldsburg, and even Pickerington this morning. Want to make sure you take it nice and easy as you step out the door because of those patchiness of fogs. Thankfully for folks in Etna, Pataskala, a similar situation with you guys, but your roads are looking just fine. 70 westbound and 70 eastbound, 73 and 69 miles per hour apiece. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Grocery shopping is a good deal better at Meijer with low prices on family favorites. Buy 2, get 1 free on fresh from Meijer small pack chicken, select varieties. California red or black seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound, and a double roll 4-pack of Meijer Ultra paper towels is just $5.99. It's flu season. Protect yourself with a flu shot. Available today at your Meijer pharmacy. Getting everything you want in just one stop. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Score big this season with an MVP package from Lennox and Northland Heating and Cooling. Call today for your free estimate and special savings on Lennox products or visit hvacnorthland.com. That's Northland Heating and Cooling, your Lennox premier dealer. Number 50821.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400 with the Prime Sports Ohio app.
All right, yesterday, actually, I think this was 2 days ago, but I kind of saw it yesterday afternoon. Ross Bjork was talking to Front Office Sports. Is that right, Dylan? I want to say that was the group. All right.
Accurate.
Good for them for getting this interview. He was asked a question about playoff expansion, and I think this answer is very telling about the difference between college sports, powers that be, and the rest of us average fans. Here is Ross Bjork on the playoff expansion.
Selfishly, Ohio State could stay at 4. We could go back to 4. In most years, probably be okay. At 12, we should be okay. We gotta keep doing our part, right? I mean, we gotta keep investing and keep coaching and keep recruiting at a high level. But I'm a believer that for the good of the game, for the health of the game, for content, for high-level matchups, we should expand. Could we go to 16? Could we go to 20? Could we go to 24? There's proposals out there to go to 28. There's been a couple other proposals to go to 32.
Well, it's like, how far do you take it? You expand, and then 2 years later, everyone wants to expand again.
So no matter what the model is, we all get hung up in these numbers, 24, 28. Oh my God, they can't do this. But here's what you cannot argue with. Nobody can argue with this.
Wrong.
What's wrong with more high-level football? What's wrong with more meaningful postseason content? What's wrong with keeping the postseason alive for as many teams as possible?
Just on principle, when someone says you can't argue with this, I'm going to argue with it. Like that's just how I am. But I will say I don't agree with Ross Bjork on this. I appreciate his candor, but this shows me the difference between the fans and the higher ups, because he says multiple times there, what content can we generate? I don't care what content you can generate around extra football games. I want the games to matter. I want to enjoy these college football games. I want them to be exciting, fun, and have something that matters at the end of the day when you're watching these games. If you go to 28 teams, you cannot tell me that Ohio State-Texas game will matter as much. You could argue it didn't matter as much as it normally would have if there was a 4-team playoff, because there's a 12-team playoff. Both those teams are probably, if Arch Manning can figure out how to throw the ball, both those teams are probably going to make the playoffs. If you go to 28, that game is just like, hey, what a fun exhibition game. It literally has no bearing on the outcome of the season.
Yes. Anytime you add, the more games you add or the more teams you add to the playoffs, the less meaningful the regular season becomes. And the thing is, the only good is that maybe if you added to 16 teams, maybe the people won't be scared to schedule those games because if I lose, so what? It's not the end of the world. So this is to help the TV companies get their numbers, because it's like, all right, people still going to tune into the game. Fans just know if we lose this game, it's not the end of the world.
Absolutely right.
To which it kind of takes a little bit of the excitement away. Because, like, back when I was banging, you lose one, you lose two. You might as well just cancel Christmas on the season. I'm just saying that now. Losing one, you could lose one, but it had to be earlier in the season where there was these non-conference games, because obviously later is when you play your conference games, unless you're the SEC who has a cupcake week. But that's another story. But I think that I like the thrill of the fact that you have to be perfect. Like, that's what makes the 2002 team so special, because they were perfect. They have no blemishes on their resume. They literally went undefeated. And since then, it's been hard to do. I know Urban did it, obviously, 12-0 and 24-0 before we lost to Michigan State. But the point is, when you only can lose one game, you play as hard and as desperate as you can. But that makes the games more meaningful. So, to me, 4 was perfect. I had no problem with 4 at all. But
and I like that he said that, where he's like, if we stayed at 4, selfishly, we'd be in there. If we stay at 12, Ohio State's probably never missing the playoffs.
But the 16 is only for money, generate more money.
Of course.
And you get, I would imagine, instead of one round of campus games in the playoffs, you probably get 2.
I would be for that. But here's the issue. Ross Bjork even said, like, selfishly, we could just stay at 4. We could have stayed at 4, or we could stay at 12.
They should have went to 8 and left it alone.
But Ross, you're the AD of Ohio State. You're not the grand poobah of all of college football. Maybe someday you will be. Maybe that's where you're headed with your job trajectory. I don't know. But if you're the AD at Ohio State, you should be doing what's in the best interest of Ohio State, not what's in the best interest of, like, Iowa and Wisconsin. Because to me, what you're doing when you say we want to have expansion to 24 games or 24 playoff teams or whatever, yes, that keeps more teams in the running to make the playoffs, like in Iowa, like a Wisconsin, teams that typically don't make the college football playoffs. Maybe with 12 teams, they'll have better chances at that. But my whole point is, why do I care if I'm the Ohio State AD if those two schools get a chance to, like, play more meaningful games? I want Ohio State, Penn State to still matter. I want Ohio State, obviously Ohio State, Michigan matters for its own reasons, right? But the Ohio State-Illinois game this year, that matters because if Illinois beats Ohio State, then that's going to change their trajectory in the college football playoffs. If they lose to Ohio State, they could still get in, but not if they have maybe another loss like that. And if they get beat badly by Ohio State, there's huge stakes involved for Illinois in that game, if depending on how their seasons go, right? We anticipate, though, Illinois has a chance at the playoffs this year if they can do something in this season. That game matters because you could only lose a couple. If you expand to 24, Illinois could drop that game and still probably get in. And now that game won't be as impactful. And I just don't understand why we want to trade those games away from LSU, Ohio State, Texas, Bama, Georgia. We want those games to matter so that now we can let Vanderbilt and Wisconsin and I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example out west, like Washington. Like, we want those teams to feel more important. I guess Washington's made the playoffs, but you get my point. Like, we want the also-ran schools to feel like they've got a chance, and I don't think that's what's ever made college football great.
I think that they just they trying to do what's best for the conference and trying to get more people to the party.
Yes, but the AD of Ohio State should do what's best for Ohio State. I agree with you. Not what's best for the Big Ten.
Well,
I don't care about the rest of the Big Ten.
That's where the disconnect is between you and him, because for 100%. Him, he's trying to do what's best for the conference as well. Because I guess he's trying to get as many teams, many Big Ten teams into the playoffs so they can do that whole we got more than
Tony
the SEC
Petitti worry
thing.
about that, though. Like, that's Tony Petitti's job. And that's what I think the difference is between the regular fans and the people who run this stuff. Like, Ross Bjork understands he knows where the money gets printed. This is how you make more money for your program. This is how you keep all the coffers open and, you get the nicer facilities. Ohio State stands to make more money if Wisconsin and Iowa make the playoffs, right? Like, I get that part of it. But as an average fan, I think most fans are sitting there saying, Ross, I don't want you to go to bat for the Big Ten. I want you to go to bat for us. I want you to go to bat and say, Big Noon Kickoff sucks. I don't care how much money it makes. This sucks. And I want to know.
Did he not say that?
He says, like, well, what can we do? More or less. Like, we've told them we don't like it. We've told them we don't want to do it. Of course, they can't change it now. What I want to hear from Ross Bjork is, let me tell you what, the second this contract is up, we will never sign a contract to do Big Noon Kickoff again. I will fight tooth and nail to make sure Ohio State never has to be locked in to playing only their big games only at noon. Never again will I make that. I will do everything in my power to make sure the Big Ten hears from us that we don't like that. And instead what I hear is like, this is good for content. This makes a lot of money for everybody. I don't care about that as a fan.
You know what Fox going to say?
Yeah, I know. They're going to say, well, that's what the money's for. Here's the check.
They're going to say, Ross is going to say all that, and he going to say that, and the Big Ten is going to go into that meeting with Fox, and Fox is going to say, we're going to put another zero behind it.
Yeah,
right.
And they're going to say, where do I sign?
But again, I know but here's the thing. We don't have to, as fans, I don't need to accept the corporate overlords thing. I don't need to accept that Fox wants all this money. I, as a fan, can be mad and not like something, and I would expect the AD of Ohio State to have my interest in mind, the boosters' interest in mind, not the interest of what Fox's corporate overlords want and what makes them money. And I just don't understand this logic.
If they came to you and said, well, we're going to put another zero behind it, what would you say?
I'd go to the boosters and the fans and say, what do you guys think? You want to sign up for, hey, we'll get a new athletic facility. That'll be nice. Okay. That'll help us with recruiting. Like, I'd make the case to Ohio State fans. Do you want the new hockey arena?
Sign that deal before they change their mind. That's what I would tell you.
I'm just saying, at some point, when you're always pitching us how great the Big Ten and Fox's ideas are, at some point, fans are going to say, that's fine, we don't like it, and you have to respond to that. Instead of always telling us, no, I think it's great. No one can argue with 24, 28 teams. Yes, we can.
You would say,
yes, we can.
You would go into it and say, listen, this is what we're going to do, Fox. We're not going to give you the best game. Obviously, you're going to take away the game is always at noon. So you got that. We'll give you one more. Outside of that, that's it.
Okay.
That's with the next, whatever our third biggest game is going at night.
I feel like there is a way for fans to respond, and they don't respond this way. It's if you don't like it, don't watch it.
No, but
that's the thing. It's like they know you're going to keep watching it. They're going to keep this playoff expansion with him saying more content. You know what that meant to me was we need to make sure the big brands of college football are always in the playoffs. Bama and Miami were on the cusp last year making the playoffs. It's like, if we expand, we'll get bigger brands like that. More eyeballs will watch. And that's what it's all about. They have the ability to say, this is how many people watch college football, and this is how many people will continue to watch college football. And everyone could, bitch and moan and say that they don't like it, but then you go turn on your TV and watch it anyway, so it doesn't matter to them.
Let me make an analogy that probably doesn't make sense, but it does in my brain. Because you're right. Like, if you're right. If you expand the playoffs, we'll all watch. You put these games on at noon, we can all complain about it. And then Big Noon got one of the biggest ratings it's ever had with OSU and Texas.
Right.
Here's my argument to that. As a parent, I have kids. You have kids. We all have kids. We send them to school, right? If the school said, hey, by the way, school starts at 3 a.m. now. The parents would have meetings. We would all complain. But if they said, too bad, we're not changing it. We're the school board. This is when the time is. You want your kids to get educated, right? Like, the vast majority of us would say, well, whatever. I don't like this, but I'm going to do it because at the end of the day, your number one goal is to make sure your kids get an education.
I would tell them you send them the bus at 2 o'clock, right?
Fine. Right. But what I'm saying is we would start bargaining to make it happen because it's like, well, I'm not going to not send my kids to school. I can't educate them. I'm not a homeschool person. I'm going to have to send them whatever time it is. I'm saying they know that we will go wherever they say. If they put the game on Pluto and then say, by the way, it's only available for $100 a pop and you have to only watch it at 3 a.m.
Oh, no. I'm not paying the $5.
You won't. Most people
ain't paying the $5.
Most people will. Most people will.
$5. No.
I'm telling you, most of us will still pay, and that's what I'm saying
is. You would pay the $5. Or the 100 in your case.
The AD of Ohio State should say, hold on, Big Ten. Hold on, Fox. We don't like this at Ohio State. I'm part of the we. I'm not with the Big Ten. I'm not with Fox. I represent Ohio State. And yes, you're right. They can move these games wherever they want. We'll all watch them.
I'm not.
Okay.
You know why?
You're the exception.
You know why I wouldn't watch it? Because I got this Thundercloud account from the Big Ten that lets me go watch
all of us have
the
that.
all 22 versions at my own leisure. And I can
take
rewind
advantage
it,
of the
slow-mo, everything.
Don't take advantage of the college football fans. We will watch all these games. Try to do something right by the fans for once. That's what I wish they would do. Speaking of TV, the NFL complaining about their TV ratings. We'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Friday. We are still seeing reports of lower visibility for folks over on the east side, especially in Etna and Pataskala this morning. So looking a little bit dicier for your Friday commute. Thankfully, your roads are still okay. Just be mindful as you step out the door of that patchiness on the roads this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Week number 1, it all starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers, this one's for you. You bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets. Poof, instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Gotta love that quad box, right? Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THEFAN971. That's code THEFAN971 to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
One of the most popular Reds of the 1960s was Vada Pinson, the all-star center fielder for the Reds. He and Frank Robinson were a fearsome combination in the middle of the Reds lineup. But this story from September 5th, 1963 was not one of Pinson's finer moments. He got into a fight with a sports writer in the Reds locker room. The reporter had criticized Vada for not bunting more. The two began shouting and Vada landed a punch before the two were separated. The reporter later filed charges and the case wound up in court. But the incident didn't hurt Vada's popularity. He remained one of the best-liked Reds of his era. Despite the rumble at the ballpark this September 5th, 1963, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
It's always a good day at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship, September 18th through 21st at the Scarlet Course. PGA Tour's rising stars compete, Hub 13 drink specials, and more. Get free tickets today at ncc-golf.com.
Relationship benefits at KeyBank reward you for things you were going to do anyway, like using your KeyBank checking account 5 times each month. You could unlock higher interest rates, more cash back, and loan discounts. Now, imagine getting rewarded for other things you were going to do anyway, like high-fiving.
Yes.
Calling your mom. Hello. Or petting cute dogs. If only. Learn how simple it is to get benefits when opening a checking account at key.com/relationship. KeyBank opens doors. All credit products subject to credit approval. KeyBank, member FDIC.
Dormar, your pilot hero. The Fan 2 is on the air. Catch the Bob and Tom Show in the morning and Jim Rome in the afternoon. And Buckeye stuff and Reds 2 in the NFL. It's lots of stuff. You get the picture. It's the Fan 2 live on 1460 AM, the Fan app, and the Fan's HD2.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Right now, in Washington, there's a fight going on to make life more affordable and bring back American jobs. Some play politics, and some want to get things done. Senator John Husted is cutting through the noise, putting Ohio first. The new tax bill delivers for working families and helps small businesses hire and grow right here in Ohio. Tell John Husted, keep fighting for Ohio families and small businesses. Paid for by Senate Opportunity Fund.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I saw this story, and I can't believe it, Tyvis, that apparently the NFL is complaining about their ratings Now, you know this because you're in TV. I know this because, well, we both are in the media and we see this stuff all the time.
Whoa.
You're in the media. You're in the media right now.
No.
You have a suitcase back there. What's it for? Go play a football game?
Yeah, I mean, to go.
No.
Yeah.
To go to what?
Go to
be part of the Big Ten media that's covering a game.
I saw you put on a nice suit the other day.
Yeah.
Did some
for the media.
10 TV stuff.
I'm not a media member, so.
Fine. Okay.
You're a talking head, Tyvis.
Anyway,
I am a former athlete.
Okay, that's right. You are a former athlete who also has a job, multiple jobs actually in the media. You're more of a media member than me. You got 3 media gigs this weekend. I've got none.
You're the most media person that works here.
Yeah, exactly right. Anyway.
Bobby Carpenter.
Okay, yeah, Bobby's got a few more jobs than you. I'll give you that. But anyway, so you essentially have the NFL complaining now because they say our ratings aren't high enough. Nielsen is the company that's in charge of the ratings for television. They are in charge of the ratings for radio. They have their methods of how they measure. And this just in, they don't take every television set in America and monitor it to say, what are they watching right now, and get millions of inputs. They take thousands of televisions and monitor them, and then they extrapolate the data, right? So they're not, like when they do ratings for radio stations, TV stations, they're not looking at every TV that's ever been turned on. They're looking at a select representative group and then saying this probably represents a broader audience. So the NFL is saying, you're not measuring it correctly. You're not getting the and I find that funny because if you don't know, the NFL gets the top 50 shows every year in television are NFL programs.
Yep.
NFL games specifically.
More.
Yeah, probably more. It's probably the top 100. Usually I think they put out a top 100 broadcasts of the year from a rating standpoint. The only thing that ever cracks the top 100 that isn't an NFL game is usually like maybe the college football championship and maybe like a couple of big college football games. Maybe if the president spoke for like State of the Union or an inaugural address, that will fit into the top 100. And the Oscars or the Grammys occasionally will make it in there too. Outside of that, it's all NFL games. So the NFL saying we're not getting enough of a rating is shocking to me.
It seems like they adopted what we call Mamba mentality because when you think you've reached your peak, you got to keep going more.
Apparently.
So I'm not mad at them for that. They try to listen. This is a money business. Like if I'm getting a billion people. If I'm getting 1 billion people to watch and I'm making this much money, just imagine what they double it for 2 billion. And I'm pretty sure that we getting 2 billion people watch it. Maybe that's how they look at it, and that's what they're trying to get done. They greedy. I'm not mad at them though.
What they're saying is specifically is that when people go to each other's houses to watch TV, that's not measuring. Like if you have 5 buddies over, you're getting measured as like 1 household watched, not that 5 household watched. You know what I mean? Because each of those 5 people, if they were at their own house, would also be watching the game. But because they're at your house, it's like, right, I would think you would already think it.
How would one track that, though?
Well, then what I'm saying is they must have something going on with their advertisers where the advertisers are like, yeah, but you're only getting these numbers. And they're saying, no, we're actually getting even more than you think. We want to charge you more. And we're going to now call into question some of the ratings to say, we don't even believe these numbers are accurate. We think it's higher than this when they're already the highest in the game. But let them live. Like you said, they got the mama mentality to your point.
As all 3 of us are quote unquote in the media and radio guys. I don't think I've ever heard any of my bosses ever say, I think Nielsen is doing a great job, unless you're winning. Unless you're number one in the market, then you're like, yeah, Nielsen. Yeah, those guys know what they're talking about.
Everyone to your point, everyone in media does have that where they say, they're probably not counting this, or, we probably lost this or that. Like, we lost a meter or something. That stuff happens all the time. But like, yeah, for the NFL to say, they're not counting us properly, that is surprising to me.
It is shocking, but maybe since the NFL's complaining, the actual system will get fixed because, maybe. One's surprised they're a lot bigger entity than, local radio.
No, you're exactly right. I'm surprised. I mean, like, they're also pointing out that when you watch stuff on YouTube TV, for example, they can see YouTube TV knows exactly how many people are watching because every one of those is a stream they can track, right? They can track that. They know who is subscribed. They know some demo about you. They know roughly where you live. They can track all of that. With regular television like CBS, they can't track that. So unless it's being watched through YouTube TV, So I think that's where we're probably headed, is as more of these, that's why all these companies want to be on digital, is because they then can say, we know exactly how many people are watching at any given time, and they have control of that number. You know what I mean? Paramount Plus can put out, this is how many people watched, who's going to check them on it. It's their internal data. So anyway, just something to keep an eye on there with the TV ratings, that the NFL's already fighting on that, which I find interesting. Also, Kelly, real quick, Kelly in the chat said, Tyvis, as a Tabital alum, I love that you took it to the Michigan band in 2012. Well done. So see, you got some support for that. Good job. They like you were knocking people's sticks out of their hands before that game.
Forget those guys.
That's right. One of the best players on the Bengals-Browns game, I should say, missed practice yesterday. We'll tell you who and what their status is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there. Well, we are noticing a lot more people on the roads right now, which means that congestion is building in certain parts throughout the city this morning. We start over on 70 eastbound over by West Jefferson on the west side. We also have some slowdowns over in New Albany this morning, especially by that 161 and 62 intersection. Lastly, for folks in Pickerington and Canal Winchester, if you're taking 33 in that westbound direction, heading towards downtown this morning, definitely want to make sure that pack the patience. You're looking a little bit slower out there for your Friday commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor-quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process. From the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the Fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks, contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
television.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Van Scoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The NFL season kicked off yesterday with some Thursday night action between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Things started popping off early in this one as Eagles defensive lineman Jalen Carter got ejected for spitting on Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott before the first play from scrimmage. The first half had a lot of scoring, including 2 TDs from Cowboys running back Javonte Williams and Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. Philly led 21-20 at halftime, but the teams combined for only 3 points in the second half. Philly would go on to win 24-20. And on the diamond, the Cleveland Guardians lost to the Tampa Bay Rays 4-2. Cleveland is currently 3.5 games out of the final wild card spot. This update was sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, the fan. Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Good morning. Hope your Football Friday's off to a good start. Meredith Garfalo, 10 TV meteorologist. She will join us coming up at 7:30. Little Football Friday forecast. Tell you what it's going to look like, not just here, but also Browns and Bengals. We have that coming up. First game for both those teams, Sunday, 1 o'clock. All the action here on the Fan. You're going to be on pre and post for that?
Yeah. Make sure you tune in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to go up to Cleveland for that.
I really hope that they win that. If they win, when the Browns win, my post-game job is the easiest thing in the world. When they lose.
Because you guys take calls.
When they lose. When I tell you, it's not early in the season. It's like the middle part of the season. When they lose in the middle part of the season, the job is the toughest thing. When they lose at the end, like, everybody don't care anymore. They've already moved on. But like the middle part,
yeah,
they gotta win, which is the toughest part of their schedule. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, they start off with a tough one, of course, with the Bengals, and the Bengals are obviously trying to get off to a good start. Probably if you're a Bengals fan yesterday, you might have thought you had some decent news here because it was reported that Myles Garrett sat out practice yesterday with a hip injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's not good. And for Browns fans, of course, that's like a big concern because I don't know. I'm not a doctor. When you tell me there's a hip injury of any kind, I always feel like that could linger. That could be bad. There could be complications. However, ESPN's Cameron Wolfe followed up this report by saying there's not much concern for Myles Garrett's availability Sunday versus the Bengals, despite missing practice with a hip injury, according to a source. So,
I mean, did you really think he was going to miss?
Well, when they say he has, if you say he has a hip injury and he's sitting out practice 2 days before the season starts.
This man flipped his car over multiple times and went out there on Sunday and still played in the game.
You're right. Probably shouldn't have doubted him there. But in either case, if you were thinking that the Browns defense might not be at full strength, looks like they will be. So, yeah, that should be a fun matchup.
Did you see who Schefter tweeted was limited in practice?
No.
To no one's surprise. Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
no one knows his status.
My goodness,
they did this.
And what was the injury, by the way?
Calf
strain. Where it's like, what? Dude, this guy's got the worst calves in the history of football right there.
When I seen that, it just completely it ruined my fantasy team.
I was going to say, I know there's fantasy owners out there
fantasy,
that are like, I can't believe I trusted this dude's health and drafted him again.
Oh,
it's great to know that Tyvis is one of those people.
Reason I had to do it is because I panicked.
What was your draft position?
5th.
Oh, okay.
So all the four
Still seems a little high,
the
but-
four people that I wanted. I knew exactly how it would go. Jamar Chase, Jahmyr Gibbs, who went out? Saquon.
Justin Jefferson?
No, Justin Jefferson. Maybe I had the fourth pick. Make a long story short, my thing was I wanted Jamar Chase, Jahmyr Gibbs, or Saquon, something like that. No, all of them. Everybody I wanted was gone. And
Was he your first pick?
He was my first pick.
Christian McCaffrey was your
Christian
first?
McCaffrey was my first
man.
pick.
Oh, Lord.
Well, the reason being is because Brandon Ayuk is out. Juwan Jennings was upset.
Yeah.
He was the only thing on offense.
But this
that
is
they
what he
really,
does. This
I
is
know,
what they do.
But
They
you can't deny the fact that when he plays and he's healthy, that man will he'll single-handedly win you a fantasy week. I tell you.
Do you
that.
give him the title?
As the best?
CWB.
Oh, heck yeah! Heck yeah!
I mean, he's an injured white boy. We know that. He gets hurt a lot.
I remember Nick Wright saying when he came out of college, they were like, don't let his race fool you. This boy's fast. And I always remember that. It's like, don't let his appearance fool you. He is one of the fastest players I've ever seen with my own two eyes.
I saw Nick Wright yesterday. He went off on people for the red zone thing. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So Nick Wright has said, Fox Sports personality, if you don't know, he went off on people who watch Red Zone because he said, because the whole thing is now Red Zone's going to have commercials.
Mm-hmm.
I saw then all the ESPN guys who all, the day before were like, ESPN had nothing to do with this decision. And then today or yesterday, they all came out and said, it's only like 4 commercials, guys. I don't know why we're complaining about this. And it's like, see, yeah, it is an ESPN decision. It was you guys, because now you're trying to spin it. I saw Schefter do that. I was like, okay. But so the people are complaining about the commercials on Red Zone. But
it like really defeats getting red
zone.
Like
the whole point is you pay
I
for
would be
no commercials.
shocked if there is no like pullback. Like nobody see their numbers go down because I'm not. What's the point of me? I might as well go watch a regular game.
Nick Wright is not the only one to hold this opinion, but I saw him being kind of the loudest voice on it, which is if you watch Red Zone. What are you, like a child? Why do you not have an attention span? Sit down and watch a real game, like a whole game, like a grown adult. Stop waiting for just the big plays. And my answer to that is like, don't tell me how to watch TV, Nick, right? I can watch, if I want to watch it like that, I watch it like that.
What Nick got to realize is, Nick, you're an analyst. You have to do that.
Yeah.
Fans, they only care about the big plays.
Well, but also if I'm a fantasy.
And I only care about scoring touchdowns. That's why it's called red zone. So we can go to it when they're in the red zone.
If I'm a gambler or if I'm a fantasy football fan, red zone is such a key thing because then you can go and find out all at once. You don't have to flip around. You don't have to do anything. They will show you all the big plays, all the guys who score touchdowns, all of that stuff. And you can go, all right, well, in my matchup, I know that guy that I have just scored 2 touchdowns today. I'm not even watching that game. It's not on in my market, but now I know it. And I'm keeping an eye on all the other games too.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a gambler and you got a parlay cooked up, that's a perfect way to keep track of all that because you can keep seeing scores.
You're not supposed to watch it, though.
What do you mean you're not supposed to watch it?
When you put a parlay together, you're not supposed to watch it.
You don't
Whose rule is that?
You don't sweat your bets?
Why would I want to do that?
I sweat every single bet.
You stress yourself out doing that.
No.
You place the bet and you walk away and totally forget about it.
You know what, though?
You go check the app later. You go check Prime Sports Ohio, by the way, later and see if you cashed out. Some of them even give you notifications that you won your bet.
If I cared at all about my mental health, that's what I would do. But unfortunately, I don't.
You should care about your mental health.
Place the
I
bet
understand.
and walk
I
away.
also, by the way, I have done that so much where if I put any bet down, even if it's $5, I live on that.
That's all I'm betting anyways.
But
$5.
There was one time in my life where I set this was back in the pre-gambling days where you could go on and do daily fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And I went on, I think it was DraftKings where I did this, where I built a daily fantasy lineup, picked all my guys for just that day. And then you have a budget and you put it together. And it was a $2 nationwide league. Winner gets $8,000 if you finish in first place. That was the day of my daughter's birthday. And so we had a party that day. And so, of course, the 1:00 games I completely missed. So around like 5:30, everybody leaves the house and we get all the stuff put away. And I sit down and open up the app and say, what did I do on and I see I am like 3rd in the country I had like 5 guys left to go.
And now you sitting there.
I had monster games from like every guy I picked basically. And I'm like, oh, I could win this. So when I tell you Sunday night went well, I had a tight end going Monday night and then nobody else. I forget who my tight end was. I should remember this.
Kyle Pitts.
Maybe. This was like 10 years ago.
Oh, never mind.
But when this happened, I go through and I was first on Sunday night going into Monday. So all day at work Monday, I'm thinking about, and I looked at like the next 40 people and all of them, like half of them had the same guy I had. So I knew there was going to be no problem there. And all the other guys had like running backs who split time. And so I'm sitting there though, when I tell you I watched that game and I sweated that out because it was $8,000 on a $2 bet.
Did you win?
Yeah. We got a new bathroom out of it. Well, I won that bet, and then my wife was like, "Great, we can get a new tile."
Every time you see him catch a ball, you yes.
Yeah. I don't know why I can't remember who it was. I just remember watching it and being so
Antonio
thrilled.
Gates.
That's my no, it wasn't that early ago. It was just 10 years ago. It wasn't like that long ago.
Antonio Gates.
No, it wasn't
10
him.
Years ago.
I'm just telling you, it wasn't him. Anyway, whoever it was, I'm telling you,
George Kittle.
No, I don't know. Now it's bugging me that I can't
Vernon
remember.
Davis.
Stop naming tight ends. Mike Ditka. That's who it was.
Wow.
That's how old I am to you.
Kellen Winslow Sr.
Yeah, there we go. Not Junior.
Not Junior. You know, you got
go to Boston Market. That's not good. No limit. He's a soldier now. Don't forget that. Soldier of what? Let's not ask about that. It went to jail. Anyway, there are some college football news that to me seems bad for the Buckeyes, but we'll get your thoughts, Tyvis. We'll get Dylan's thoughts. We'll find out. Maybe I'm overreacting to this. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Friday morning to you. Well, if you are heading towards the northwest side, do be mindful. We are monitoring a crash over on 270, that northbound direction at 33 and 161, that busy intersection. A right lane currently blocked out there. We can't see first responders still on scene this morning, according to our traffic cam, and it is causing some backups all the way towards Tuttle Crossing right now. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life. And fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Buckeye Country Superfest 2026 is back for one day only in Columbus, Ohio. Saturday, June 13th at Ohio Stadium, featuring Tyler Childers, with special guests the Red Clay Strays, Lord Huron, Sierra Farrell, Flatland Cavalry, and Caitlin Butts. Register for pre-sale access now at BuckeyeCountrySuperfest.com. Tickets on sale to the general public on Friday, September 12th at 10 a.m.
At Kemba Financial Credit Union, we care about you. Consumers like you say they don't want monthly fees for checking, and we listen. Introducing hassle-free checking with no monthly service fee. Use it as an easy place to deposit and transfer your money, along with your everyday banking needs. Plus, Kemba's expansive digital banking services make it easy for you to bank how you want. At Kemba, we're always thinking of ways to put you and your finances first. Visit Kemba.org. Federally insured by NCUA. Restrictions apply.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, lease 2 Elantras for $222. That's right, lease 2 new 2025 Elantra SEs for just $222 a month for a 2-year lease. Both your new Elantras come with owner assurance and America's Best Warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. In Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit $39.99 down per unit plus taxes, fees, 30-month payment, 10K miles per year, ends 9/30.
This sports report brought to you by Bet365. Football is back. Get ready for the season at Bet365. When it comes to sports books, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Wake up and laugh with the Bob and Tom Show on the Fan 2.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
It says here they've won 5 Marconi Awards. I can't even spell Marconi. The Fan 2, Columbus's home of the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, you might not be big on technology, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Maybe you've gone through a divorce or a bad breakup or a relative moved out. It's been hard, and you just want to take what you want and leave the rest behind. I will help you. Retiring and want to sell your commercial properties or land. I will help you. Sellers, whether you're selling as is or selling for top dollar, you're no longer alone. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see some patchy areas of fog this morning and very refreshing with wake-up temperatures in the 40s and 50s. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine and breezy. We will see those afternoon highs soar in the mid to low 80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, we'll see chances of showers and storms developing overnight, some which could be on the stronger side, so make sure to have ways to get warnings. Our lows will get down into the 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I was a little ticked off. I was, checking out some different storylines for college football this weekend. I read a few articles of people saying, really nothing going on in college football this weekend because last weekend you had all the top 10 matchups. You had top 25 matchups everywhere.
There's some good games this weekend.
Well, I was looking through the schedule. 8:30, we're going to talk about, I think there's a lot of questions that get answered this weekend in college football. There's obviously Michigan-Oklahoma. That's a good ranked matchup, right? Mm-hmm. That should be fun. But there's a lot of not two ranked teams games where I think there's a lot of intrigue. So
I know one off the top of the head that I'm actually excited. Illinois and Duke.
Dude, I'm telling you what, I have that one circled as a must watch.
Because everybody talks about how like Illinois is just penciled in to be in the 12. I can definitely see them losing to Duke.
Oh, well,
I can definitely see this happening.
Duke has Mensa, the quarterback that they paid all the money to get from Tulane. And last week they played nobody. Whoever they played, he put up like 300 yards.
Well, Illinois played nobody.
Right. But I'm saying, like, this would be an interesting test. And Illinois is on the road at Duke. So
selfishly for my show, for the Big Ten Tailgate show, I need Luke Altmaier to have a not so great game. I need him not to throw a lot of touchdowns.
Why is that?
Because we do this quarterback one challenge where me and Cam pick our two quarterbacks, and then the studio picks their two quarterback, Brock and Ashley.
Okay.
And at the end, when they combine the touchdowns both quarterbacks score, make a long story short, at the end of the season, whoever's between us and them, whoever wins has to wear the other person's jersey.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to wear Brock's jersey on air. So
who did Brock? Who is it that's on with you guys?
Me and Cam versus Brock and Ashley.
Brock who?
Brock Vereen.
Okay, where did Brock Vereen play?
He played at Minnesota. He's a Golden Gopher.
Why do you want to wear a golden? Yeah, exactly. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I just didn't know which Brock we were talking. I know if Brock Heward was joining you. I wasn't sure.
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
He was a football player. He played for Minnesota.
He did. That's right. That's right. Exactly. Gophers. That's exactly right.
I brought up that Illinois Duke line earlier in the week. It still really hasn't moved, and a lot of bets are on Illinois. So that's making me nervous for
Who's
Illinois.
favored? Do you have
Illinois is -2.5?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I see it at -3 at some books, but it's in that 2.5, 3 area, and it's not moving at all.
I'm telling you, it's a big test for Illinois. I think, but if you care about that stuff, week 1 was for the college football casuals. This week, this is for the junkies. This is for the college football ball knowers. This is the week that you want.
Yeah, well, the sports book cleaned up on the public week 1.
Yeah, no problem. They did. This is where you get right if you're a college football fan in week 2. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good stuff. We'll get into that at 8:30. Also, coming up in just under 10 minutes, we'll talk to Meredith Carfallo, 10 TV meteorologist, get your Football Friday forecast. We'll look ahead to some of the action of the week, but also get some idea of what the weather's going to be like for tomorrow, not just here, but also on Sunday, Browns and Bengals. We'll get into all that with her. So college football news. I didn't think this was great news for the Buckeyes. The transfer window for college football has apparently been voted on by the powers that be. I think there's maybe one final step to finalize this, but it looks like it's going to be finalized, essentially, that they are going to move this to, instead of 2 transfer windows, one in the winter, one in the spring, they're now going to have one college football transfer window starting January 2nd and running for 10 days. Tyvis, you're applauding. You think that's good?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because I know that might still be in the CFP window.
It is in the CFP window.
But how long is it for?
10 days.
When is the championship game?
Probably after that. I'm guessing it's not the 12th. I'm guessing it's like the 19th or the 18th or something like that.
At that point, though, a lot of teams would have been... You know if you winning it or not.
Well, you know if you're playing in the game, maybe. You don't know if you're winning because you. Okay.
I just didn't. The only thing is, I just didn't understand why. And don't tell me it's academic reasons why it wasn't after the championship.
That's exactly why.
The date.
They
by
gotta
the way,
stop that.
This is the 19th for the national.
Okay, the 19th is this
that.
year.
We gotta stop that.
Tyvis, you're preaching to the choir on that.
We gotta stop. It's getting ridiculous because it's been so many times that we've watched people just. I'm going in the transfer portal. And I'm like, well, how did they do that? Well,
Bo Prabula did it last year with Penn State.
Well, he did his, but the window was open. I'm talking about like the kid from the Proctor kid from Alabama. That's at Alabama.
Oh, Caden Proctor.
He went to Iowa, and he was back in the portal like during the season. And I'm like, how did he do that? How is he doing that?
Well, he can say I'm going to enter you can say whatever you want. Like, right, you could, an NFL player, free agency isn't open necessarily, but a player right now could say, I'm not playing for my team. I'm just going to sit out this year and be a free agent next year. That's essentially what you're doing if you say, I'm going to go enter the transfer portal. I'm not playing for this team. I'm done this year. That's essentially what he did.
I just feel like it's different cases, like where people just have transferred, and I'm sitting there like, how are they doing that? And the window's not open. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Because you can say, I'm going to go in the portal, but the portal, if you can't officially put your name in there. But if you say, it's the same thing with recruiting, right? Where players say, I'm going to this school, but they haven't officially signed yet. Once they officially sign, once they officially enter the portal, you're right. But you can declare your intent even if you haven't signed the document yet or haven't put your name in the portal. But either way, here's what I look at.
If anything, they should have got rid of the January one and made it the spring one.
That makes way more sense to me. I don't know why they insist on doing this January window, because you know who it's great for? The 120 plus teams that suck every year. They can all have fun with their transfer portal because they have nothing going on in January. But if you're a good team, if you're one of the final 4 or 8 teams left, this really screws you up. Because to me, this is prime time where you're focused on trying to get to the playoffs, win your playoff games. What are the next matchups? And now those coaches have to find a way to also make sure that they've got everybody in line for the transfer portal. And also, you need to add players potentially for the next year. You got to somehow focus on that while going out and doing your prep for the biggest games of the season. You said it right. It is exactly because of the academic calendar.
Well, they need to kick rocks with that.
Dude, you and I have both said this for a while now. They need to take all of the stuff with college football and say, this is separate from the academic calendar. And I think you could make it, like you said, in the spring. You have spring break. You have a chance to, when you enroll, you can go in there. But
I'm going to tell you why I picked spring. Because in January, the players, where it's at in January is kind of it's a muddy spot. It's a gray area for let's say you're a sophomore, right? And you running with the twos. And you think in your mind, I'm slotted to be the starter, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick around when portal closes. Now, there is no more spring portal, correct?
Right.
So the portal closes. Spring ball comes around. They either got somebody out the transfer portal or some freshman passed you by. I'm stuck here until next January.
You know who this portal is set up for? Loser coaches the coaches who are not going to be in the playoffs, who didn't do a good job with their roster, who had a bad year. Those guys, Kalen DeBoer is going to love this because he can go out and get guys. He's not going to be doing anything.
What it's doing is almost doing the same thing like the NBA is doing. They want so much parity. They want to try to stop dynasties from happening and seeing the same teams always winning championships.
But even the NBA has enough sense to not have free agency open. It's like, the Eastern and Western Conference Finals are starting, and now everybody's a free agent, and guys are like, I'm off the team.
But the way that they doing this second apron stuff, that's why you seen Celtics just completely sell their whole entire team. And they we just going to suck this year. That's just what it's going to be. You're going to see that happen more because owners don't want to pay that fine and then lose draft picks or get late draft picks because we are in the second apron. So basically they just doing that to bring parity. And that's exactly what college is doing. So Ohio State will be punished because I am so focused on winning the national championship that I ain't even got time to go look at the portal to see what we need, who's staying, I don't even know who's leaving, who's staying, none
Imagine
of that.
going up to a player and saying, hey, I might need you as a third string defensive player. I might need you in this big championship game because who knows with injuries. However, I also don't have you planned for next year. We're going to tell you that you probably could go better and get that's such a weird place to be for these championship teams. They need to take it away from the academic calendar because the whole reason they're doing this right now is saying, well, if you transfer in January, classes haven't started yet. So you can get on campus and go take your classes and be a part of it. To me, you should say, if you transfer, do it in February. And then guess what? If you transfer to a school that doesn't have class openings until May or, whatever, the summer window, then you have to take classes in the summer, but you're not going to be forced to take classes to get on campus.
Just do it in the spring because in the spring, I know that you didn't, maybe I got beat out of my spot. Maybe I know I'm not going to be the starting guy. Now I can transfer to another place and potentially have fall camp to win my spot to become a starter somewhere else instead of having to sit an entire year wasted.
And
basically.
if you don't think players are going to use this window to say, oh, did you need someone for the bowl game? Well, I can transfer out, so either pay me or I'm leaving. They're going to, this just makes no sense why they did it in January. Do it in the spring like you said if you're going to do one.
Who's running this stuff?
The answer...
They don't be thinking. They don't put a lot of thought into this stuff. They really don't.
The answer, as usual, is idiots. That's college football.
They really don't... you can't tell me you trying to protect the student athlete, but don't have the student athlete's best interest at heart. That doesn't make sense. So now you basically essentially locking them back into what it used to be, to where you got to wait a whole year if you want to transfer. That's pretty much what you just did.
You have a lot of loser coaches who know that they suck at their jobs, but this will keep more of their players from transferring. And I think that's stupid. And then, of course, for the high-level programs where, yes, you have a bunch of staff, you have a bunch of people who can track this stuff, but you're also trying to be focused on winning a championship. Jim Knowles last year, right? Where he's begging Ryan Day for an extension during the prep for the national championship. Where he's like, I better get my extension or I'm out. I'm going to Penn State. You're going to have a bunch of players doing that. And that because of the nature of this window, at least with Jim Knowles, he did that on his own. He was his own idiot. But the players, they don't have to do this. Now they will be forced to. And I don't blame a player who thinks like that, who says, well, I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity here. I might need to transfer to go get what I need to do. Now you're making them make really tough decisions for playoff games. And that's I don't know how that helps the sport. I don't see it at all.
It seems like the portal is going to be what it is, so we could debate like when it should be, but it sounds like it's going to be in January.
Yeah.
I now think that they need to move the season up and make the national championship January 1st and make the Rose Bowl the national championship game. In an alternate universe where I'm the college football commissioner, that's what I would do. We'd just push the season up a little bit, make it end on January 1st. It's already like a college football national holiday as is. Why not just play the Natty on that
It wouldn't
day?
be the worst decision in the world. Even then, though, it still makes it rough where it's like, hey, congrats on your national championship. Now tomorrow is the transfer window opening. Like, that's still rough on that team, but sure, your point, that's a much better plan than what they're currently doing, which I think is stupid.
They should start by getting rid of week 0.
There's that too.
Start right there.
Yeah.
There's a week.
Yeah.
You've gained a week. We've moved from the 19th to the 12th just by starting on week 0.
Football Friday forecast with Meredith Garfalo, 10 TV meteorologist, 2 minutes away. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, traffic is slowly starting to pick up for your Friday commute, especially for folks over on the west side. Here we go. 70 in that eastbound direction. Gets a little bit busier just past that construction site just north of West Jefferson out there. But some good news. It does get a lot better if you're approaching the downtown scene, especially past that 270 and 70 intersection. Lastly, for folks in Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington, of course, if you're taking 33 westbound heading downtown that direction, you will notice some portions of that road a little bit slower than usual, 45 miles per hour by Gender Road this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register at roosterswings.com.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Tri-State Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Well, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
2 men who both know the value of a good hat.
Your ball!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Let me tell you about my friends at Window Nation. Whether you have old drafty windows or cheap builder grade windows, maybe in a newer house, you can upgrade your windows with Window Nation, and now is a great time to get their top quality energy efficient windows from a trusted company at a reasonable price. A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, 50-point inspection from every window before it leaves the factory, plus make no payments for 2 years. You won't have to deal with monthly payments, a down payment, or interest until 2027 when you buy from Window Nation this month. Also, you can buy 2 windows, you get 2 free. And Window Nation, proud partner of Ohio State University. They give you 2 free tickets. If you fill up your entire house with Window Nation windows, they'll give you 2 tickets to a Buckeye game. Great reasons to buy from Window Nation. Schedule a fast free estimate right now, 866-90NATION, or go to windownation.com. Again, that number, 866-90NATION, or windownation.com.
When it comes to football and the weather, she knows everything. Welcome to the Football Friday Forecast with 10 TV meteorologist Meredith Garfalo.
There you go, Meredith. You got your own intro. Look at there.
That was my first time hearing it. I was like, oh my goodness.
I figured we'd give you the surprise there, but yeah.
That was a nice surprise. Happy Friday, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Oh, yes. Good day to talk football weather because it feels like it this morning.
Getting into the car, I was like, man, this is... I didn't wear the sweatshirt, but I thought about it. I bring my own insulation, but I thought, maybe today's the day for the sweatshirt, but not yet.
Tyvis, did you have the big fur coat this morning or not yet?
No, not yet. I'm actually one of those people that, like, I will be the last person to wear a coat because I just don't. I just very comfortable in the hoodie. So
I saw your coat on Instagram, Meredith. I was was all that necessary? Apparently so.
That fall fashion with the fur. Okay, I'm just saying.
It's a little early. You jumping the gun a little bit.
That's all right.
Jumping the gun.
So I saw.
You gotta wait for the leaves to start falling.
Okay, Tyvis. Okay.
Speaking of jumping the gun, though, the leaves you brought up, I saw you tweeted out that. You tweeted out like an early leaf forecast, and as a leaf peeper myself, I do go and drive. Oh yeah, I like to go drive
and look at the orange leaves.
I like to go up to Northeast Ohio. I like to go to Cuyahoga Valley National Park and all through there, drive around, check out all the stuff. But so what are we looking at? Early thoughts on that? Isn't that like late October is where they're saying the peak coverage is?
As of right now, it does look like it'll be later in October or beginning of November. So we still have some time, but I don't know about you guys. I have seen some trees here that I think already think it's fall with some of the cooler mornings we've had, and I've seen a little bit of red and so it'll be very interesting for sure to see when everything officially starts getting going.
Well, go ahead, Tyvis.
No, I was going to ask something totally. If you got something with that, then follow up.
I don't. I'm all done with my leaf questions for now. More to come for sure. We will
Mr.
have more.
Leaf Peeper, Mr. Leaf Peeper.
What was your thoughts of the Oreo Reese's?
Oh, well, first off, yesterday.
Thank you for coming in during the segment. That was awesome.
Okay, I have to say, I thought that the thing was flashing that said on air, and apparently that was on air for us, not you guys. So I thought, they're off air, but I saw you still talking, but I'm like, I'm going to poke my head because Bree had said there was some good food in here, so I peeped in, and I was the peeper yesterday for Reese's.
What did you think of them, though? Did you like them?
I didn't have the Reese's, but I had the Oreos, and I'm going to say if I was depressed, I could probably eat a whole bag of those.
See?
You thought they was good.
I did.
See?
I love peanut butter,
Maybe it's just me and Dylan.
No, she didn't have the Reese's cup, so she didn't have it to compare it to.
Yeah, but I'm an old school Reese's girl, so I think I probably would stick with the regular.
I thought the Reese's cup, and I rarely say this, I thought it was doing too much. Because it's
Really?
like there's some Oreo flavor, there's some chocolate flavor, there's some peanut butter flavor, and then there's this. It was the Oreo was just Oreo cookie with just peanut butter filling, and it was delicious.
I can tell you right now, Columbus Men's Health is smiling right now.
Hey man. I'm trying to do my part.
As the number one advocate of the glazed donut bacon cheeseburger, there is no food that does too much to me.
Oh.
So
That's fair enough.
The Reese's with the Oreo was perfect.
My stomach hurts with that.
Did you watch some football last night?
I did not last night, but I'm
she's gotta
very
get up at like
excited.
2 in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
how did Philly do? I'm curious.
Philly won.
Okay, I'm not surprised.
Isn't Bree a Philly fan?
You know, yeah, she is, I think. So she's probably really happy this morning.
She has no idea that they
Bree's
won.
a front runner.
That's true.
No
I
idea.
love you, girl. I love you, girl. That's true. I
Brianna
should go ask
Albizu
her.
is definitely a front runner because she said she was born in Philly and then instantly moved, I think, to Atlanta. So she kind of claims
Yep.
both. So if the Falcons are good, she's going to be a Falcons fan. If the Eagles are good, she's going to claim that. So last night there was a weather delay in the game because of lightning, which
Okay.
is always one of the worst parts of, any sporting event where it's like, great, because there's lightning, now everyone has to leave and do that.
So that was that same front that came through and brought us the rain yesterday. It just goes to show how long it takes to get from here to Philly. So
Is that right? It's the same thing.
Same
Huh.
exact thing. So yeah, it took us in the morning, and then by the afternoon, evening, it started to move out to the East Coast. And so yeah, it's always interesting. I still have friends in Long Island from when I worked out there, and they're like, "Oh, what's coming our way? We're gonna have to Meredith. What's happened in the morning before? Because that weather will be here, and we can confirm."
So what about Saturday? Obviously, the Buckeyes are playing Grambling here. What should fans be expecting weather-wise?
So just so you guys know, I have a notebook. This is the Meredith Forecast Playbook here.
I like that. It's analog, it's old school, and you've got your notes written down. This is like a football coach with his play sheet. This is very good.
Matt Patricia.
There we go.
All she needs is the pencil.
Yeah, that's right.
Next time I'll bring the pencil. So for the game on Saturday, here's what we're looking at. Tailgaters, we might have some rain in the morning. We have another front coming through tonight. So if it doesn't come through early, we could still have some lingering showers. It does look like by kickoff will be dry. So there's some good news. Low 70s, it'll be cooler. And then also the winds aren't looking too bad, anywhere from like 5 to 10. Not as windy as today. Today's winds are wild, but thankfully they'll taper off for us for the Buckeyes game.
I don't want it. See, I'm in Happy Valley. I'm at State College.
Okay.
and I'm gonna be outside, so I hope it don't rain. But it says it's supposed to.
Well,
So
yeah, because
I'm
the
hoping
rain that'll come through here this morning will be saying hello to Pennsylvania in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you've got that tomorrow. Any thoughts on what's happening up on the lake Sunday for the Browns opener against the Bengals?
So I'm a Lake Erie girl. I was born in Cleveland, and I've seen lake effect showers and storms pop up. I'm concerned about that for Sunday's game. I think we'll have a nice mix of sun and clouds throughout the morning, but I also think the winds are going to pick up, so that could be an issue. I'm going winds west-northwest at about 10 to 20. So for the kickers, that's going to be something to keep in mind. But also, we are looking at rain and storm chances now. It does look like it might be a little bit later, but what happens is when you have lake effect, you have those winds that are coming in, say from the north-northwest, depending on the direction of the wind, that could help enhance that pop-up shower or storm. And since we are going to see that with the winds, I'm a little bit concerned we might have some stray stuff tomorrow, but hopefully not too much of a delay.
All right. Well, let's hope there's nothing going on for Sunday with that. But yeah, it's going to be a fun atmosphere. Do you have any predictions for the Browns?
You know I have to go with the Browns. I mean, I'm all wacko for Flacco, so.
That's good. I forgot about that.
If it's going to be windy, I hope it don't come down to a kick.
Oh,
yeah.
Well.
I mean, if you think about it, let's see. Yeah, west-northwest. I'm trying to think the direction the stadium faces because that could definitely
Yeah, I mean, it's facing.
We need
it's like
Phil
east,
Dawson back. That's
okay. Well, that's always been the case. You know what, though? I'll say this. I am usually one of the most negative Browns fans out there, but week one, I just this morning, I got up and said, you know what? But why not this weekend?
Okay.
Like, if they go out,
for real?
like if they smack the Bengals, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, that gives me something. Now, week 3, I'm going to be right back down. Like, I'm sure something will happen because hope is a dangerous thing for Cleveland fans. Like, anytime we get excited about something, it immediately gets Charlie Brown away from us.
They need to beat Cincinnati because week 2 is a guaranteed loss. They're playing Baltimore.
That's number 2 on the Browns schedule. Yeah. I didn't.
Well, but maybe we'll have the guys back that are rested, right? We could still have some hope.
No, they ain't beating Baltimore. I don't think.
You want to bet on that? Some like chocolate cookies or something?
Yeah, that's good.
I can't do it due to the fact that I'm an NFL.
Oh yeah, ask Bernie Kosar how that goes for you. When you bet on Yeah, you can't do that, but that's good. All right, Meredith, we'll let you get back to 10 TV. Thank you so much for popping in. We'll do this every Friday, 7:30. We come back. The Bengals, of course, taking on the Browns this weekend in Cleveland. Jamar Chase had some thoughts on the matchup from the Bengals side of things. You'll hear from him next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are still closely watching a crash that is slowly starting to clear up this morning over by Dublin. 270, that northbound direction, right at 33 and 161. Again, over on our northwest side, still pretty slow this morning. Looks like, again, the right shoulder is still blocked right now. First responders still on scene, and the traffic still on scene this morning. Definitely noticing some delays out there approaching not just this area, but all the way out towards Tuttle Crossing this morning. Definitely want to make sure you pack that patience. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in-store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 17 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com.
Coughlin has the car for you.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis and Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis and Associates. Attorneys who care.
This sports report brought to you by Bet365. Football is back. Get ready for the season at Bet365. When it comes to sports books, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 6-packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Dormar, your pilot hero. Your new Columbus home for the Jim Rome Show is The Fan 2.
Catch the live experience weekdays from 3 to 6.
Just one requirement. Have a take and don't suck. The Fan 2, Columbus's home of the Jim Rome Show.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped, had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football, and things had kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he was like, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple months later, I was here, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I mean, I did eat a protein Pop-Tart this morning. You can check out T-Bone and Tyvis wherever you get your podcast. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis in your favorite podcast app. You can go search it, find it, like it, favorite it, add it, whatever you need to do to subscribe to it in your podcast app, and then you'll get every show right to your device free of charge. So even if you get up a little late, you can't stay with us right at 6 a.m., that's okay. You can still get the entire show for free on your favorite podcast app. Coming up at 8 o'clock, I have a conspiracy theory that I just formed last night that I'm going to drop on the world. Maybe other people formed this conspiracy theory too, but I'm going to drop my version of it coming up at 8 o'clock. And at 8:15, morning breath. People who just need to shut up. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's Tyvis. Maybe that's other people. We'll play that for you coming up at 8:15. But Bengals, they are taking on the Browns this weekend up in Cleveland. We know about that. Jamar Chase was asked some questions. He just got named captain of the Bengals. One of, I think, 7 captains, along with, among others, Joe Burrow and Trey Hendrickson got named captain for the Bengals. But here is Jamar Chase talking about a little bit of the matchup with Denzel Ward.
Denzel said he was going to text Joe Burrow to target him a lot in this game. Do you like hearing that from a competitor you're going to go up against?
If I'm being honest, it's the first time I've ever heard him say anything like that. I've been here for, 5 years now? He's going to get his opportunities. You know what I'm saying? He knows what's going on. So I'm pretty sure he'll be ready.
Is it friendly banter with you guys, or does it get pretty heated between you and him?
The first time him ever talking to me in the game was last year, and I turned around and said, "What the hell?" So yeah, I don't never hear him say nothing. Yeah.
Do you wish you talked a little bit more?
I mean, yeah, trash talking is fun. That's why I like doing it.
There you go. So I like Denzel Ward saying he wants the ball thrown at him. I like Jamar Chase saying I've never heard this man speak. That's good. Good rivalry.
Denzel comes off as a very quiet guy, so I understand that. I do love the trash talking too, because once you start, like, you gotta every play, like, you gotta be on. Because if you give up something, oh my god. And then you go open up a can of worms. So you gotta be like, if you gonna say something, you best be prepared to play your best game you've ever played. But I would enjoy that between those two guys. I mean, he's come out. Jamar Chase has openly said that Denzel Ward is the best corner that's ever covered him. You know, he plays him the best. You look at the stats; he got the stats to back it up. Jamar Chase, when Denzel is checking him, his stats isn't all that great. Now, the problem is, will he shadow him? That to me is what the game comes down to. Do they make Denzel Ward shadow Jamar Chase? And I don't think they're going to do it. I don't. I'd be if they do it, it'd be the greatest thing for that defense, but I just don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to play their sides. Genu's going to play his side, and Denzel's going to play his side. And if I'm Cincinnati, I'm going to line them up to Genu's side and just do what I do. Like, that would be the smart play. So, yeah, that's my whole thoughts with those two. I love trash talk.
That is the matchup, though, right? On a bigger scale, it's those two, but whenever they get to go against each other. But it's also the matchup is that offense of the Bengals versus the defense of the Browns.
Yeah, it's like I would say it's like three key matchups in this game. You got Jamar and Denzel. You got DeJuan and Trey Hendrickson, and then you got Orlando Brown Jr. and Myles Garrett. Like that, those three is like pivotal to what happens in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm excited.
A lot of Buckeyes to watch too.
Oh, there's that too. Jamar Chase also was talking about celebrating if he scores a touchdown.
We got good field. I like their grass field. I don't have no problem with their fans or nothing. I always wanted to jump into the dog pound. I've never did that, but I always wanted to. So Cleveland not bad.
Is that on the table?
No, I wouldn't do it. I heard they stab people in there. I'm messing with y'all, man.
I like it. I like the reputation of the dog pound.
See, back
you get stabbed if you go in there.
But see, that's the old dog pound. I wish it'd get back to being rowdy like that. It's not. It's very tailored down now. Like it's toned down a lot from what it used to be. Back in the day, like the 80s, they got after it.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't quite. Philadelphia fans have a reputation for being, pretty rough and tumble, but every NFL stadium has now kind of calmed that down. You didn't have any worries about that yesterday when you're watching that game, right? Stuff that reputations fans have had in the past. I don't even think the Raiders fans, right? I know they've moved. But Raiders fans used to be, oh, man, you don't want to go into that. What was it, the black hole or whatever? Yeah. You don't want to go in there, but, you don't have to. I don't think you worry about that the same way as you used to because everything's kind of been, polished up with the NFL. Everything's nicer now. It's not the old school days where it was kind of dingy and scary.
The one time I seen, when I was a kid, the one thing that I was shocked, I can't remember who it was, but somebody was playing the Packers. And they scored a touchdown. The visiting team, he scored a touchdown. He did a Lambeau leap. And the person in the crowd or in the stands threw the beer in his face. And I was like, wow, that's pretty messed up. Hey, man, so, that was the one time, I was like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
You jump in the stands. It's a possibility, right? It's something that happens. You gotta keep that in consideration.
I feel like it was Chad Johnson or T.O. or something that did something like that. They threw the beer in his face when they jumped in there.
Now, if you run on the field and you're at an Eagles game, you might get spit in the face. Right, because that could happen. That was Jalen Carter last night, getting thrown out of the game.
Didn't he say
in the
Dak
start of it.
Spit in his face first?
He said Dak spit, and then and Dak then responded and said, "Yeah, I spit all the time during the game, but I spit on the ground. I wasn't spitting at you. You were near where I spit, but I didn't spit at you." It doesn't matter. If someone spits on the ground, spit on the ground at him. That's fine, but don't spit in his face. You escalate. And by the way,
he spit in his chest. Did you see right in the chest?
Did you see the referee? It's you couldn't be more perfectly positioned as an official to make that. He's like, what do you want me to do here?
The second,
I had to do something.
The second guy always gets caught.
I guess, but there was no video of Dak spitting on him. Right, he's just spitting on the ground.
Spit all the time.
He did. He said, "I spit over 1,000 times a game." Which now I don't know that I want it, but if someone wants to track how many times Dak actually spits, I would like to know the number just so we can see how accurate that is. But
I spit too in the game, so
I mean, I would think a lot of people spit in the game. That's part of doing athletic activity. It's part of being a jock because you get to spit. He hocked to it, all right.
Spit on that thing.
By the way, the weather delay last night, if you didn't stay up late, good news, you didn't miss anything. Because, I went to bed at halftime because I have to get up and do this show. And I thought, oh, man, I'm going to miss. It's, 24-20? Or 20, was that the score at halftime?
The score at halftime was 21-20.
21-20, that's right. And I was like, oh, man, I'm going to miss this great second half with probably lots of points. Then I woke up and was like, oh, no, I didn't miss anything. And found out it was all punts. And I watched the second half highlights and stuff.
We missed drops.
We did.
CeeDee Lamb and lost his mind.
Oh,
man,
Dak Prescott could have had well over, probably 230, 250. If,
you know why he didn't?
CeeDee Lamb actually catches the ball.
You want to know why he didn't?
Why?
Because I got Dak Prescott on my fantasy team. Him and Jake Ferguson. When Jake Ferguson dropped that ball in the end zone and that safety proceeded to knock him out, I was so mad at him for not getting that.
Right. The catch?
Yeah, getting that
what's
catch.
going on here? What happened?
I was talking to they got my food.
Gang signs over there?
Yeah, you just stop mid-sentence and you're just waving at people outside. All right. So
I will say we gave out to take Dallas plus the points multiple times on this show. So, I mean, if you want to make some money, you should keep listening.
Well, there you go.
All.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So I have a conspiracy theory that I'm going to throw out there. And Bill Belichick may not be long for college football. We'll discuss all that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We do have a couple of crashes downtown. The first one happening on 315 northbound, just past Goodale Street. Left lane is currently blocked. Now, not too far away, another crash. That one on 71 southbound, that direction, just past Greenlawn Avenue, right lane, blocked this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fall is here. The leaves are changing, football's on TV, and family time by the bonfire feels just right. Before it gets even colder, now's the time to make sure your home is ready for what lies ahead. For over 3 decades, homeowners across Central Ohio have turned to Newman Roofing for reliable roofing, siding, and gutter work that stands the test of time. From your very first call, you'll talk with a real person who's happy to walk you through the process. Your estimator won't push you, just explain what's going on with your home and share solutions that make sense for you. And when the work begins, a dedicated job supervisor makes sure every detail meets Newman Roofing standards. Don't just take our word for it. Check out the hundreds of 5-star Google reviews from families right here in Columbus who chose Newman Roofing and couldn't be happier. Appointments are filling fast for fall installations, so don't wait. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today. Let Newman Roofing handle your to-do list so you can get back to the things and the people that matter most. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online today at newmanroofing.com.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the Fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks, contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Script Ohio necklaces, Blocko earrings, Ohio State bangles, and more. You'll find an exclusive collection of luxury Buckeye jewelry you'll love at the Diamond Cellar, starting at $99. Show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Call
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The water's standing in the tub. My toilets will not flush. The smell's getting bad in here. I need help in a rush.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Earn 2% cash back on purchases and pay 0% APR on balance transfers for 15 months with a new Kemba Financial Credit Union Visa. That's more rewards and less interest. Apply at Kemba.org. For purchases and balance transfers made in the first 90 days, restrictions apply. APR equals annual percentage rate. Variable and subject to change. Equal opportunity lender. Expires 10/31/25.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
The football season now stretches from August to late January, and we can't afford not to be at our very best all season. Hey guys, it's Eric Reeser, and if you're like me, looking at the calendar wondering how you're going to stay at 100% for the next 5 months, do what I did. Go see my friends at Hydrate Me Med Spa. I went to their Grandview location, got hooked up with a fast vitamin push that's got me feeling better than I have in years, and the NAD Plus has me thinking better too. From IV to aesthetic treatments, look great, feel great at Hydrate Me Med Spa. 4 locations, Grandview, Granville, New Albany, and Dublin. Book your appointment at hydratememedspa.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The NFL season kicked off yesterday with some Thursday night action between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Things started popping off early in this one as Eagles defensive lineman Jalen Carter got ejected for spitting on Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott before the first play from scrimmage. The first half had a lot of scoring, including 2 TDs from Cowboys running back Javonte Williams and Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. Philly led 21-20 at halftime, but the teams combined for only 3 points in the second half. Philly would go on to win 24-20. And on the diamond, the Cleveland Guardians lost to the Tampa Bay Rays 4-2. Cleveland is currently 3.5 games out of the final wildcard spot. This update is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, and trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register today at roosterswings.com.
Are you working? Because we barely are. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football and quiet quitting. The Fan. All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971 or hop in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be right in there, along with all of our favorite guys that are in there. I saw Fat Tyvis is in there now, which is good. Someone made a YouTube handle that's called Fat Tyvis. P-H-A-T, though, Tyvis. It's not bad F-A-T. It's just P-H-A-T. It's fine.
They got jokes.
They do have jokes.
They got jokes today.
By the way, how was your breakfast? Little chicken biscuit?
Yeah, got it in, got it out, you know.
Well, you got to go fly. As soon as you leave here, you're hitting the airport and then on your way out to State College, right? Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Big Ten Network. Check out Tyvis.
Watch them. See them be all excited, and then and I really want to ask the question: are y'all gonna beat? What do you think y'all chances of beating Ohio State this year?
Oh, you want to start there? You gonna lead with that? First question out the box.
I mean, you know. I just like to see, you know. Last year it was, I think this is the year. I think we get them this year.
Hey, You know what? Maybe this year is the year. They loaded up. They brought everybody back. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Most everybody.
By the way, I just saw on the screen, Dak did spit really close to Jalen Carter and then also gave him like a little head nod afterwards.
I was going to say, I just watched that in the break, too. I was saying the last commercial break that I don't care. Dak Prescott just spit on the ground. Jalen Carter shouldn't have spit back at him, but when you see what Dak Prescott did, No. He spits on the ground, and then he gives Jalen Carter a look like, yeah, that's right. What are you going to do about it?
Like the what's up.
Yeah, he looked him dead in his soul.
He did look
and he smiled, and he's like, yeah, I did that. And then Jalen Carter, that's when he walks over. So I got to say, I mean, it's not justifying what Jalen Carter did.
He should have sacked him and then spit. And then he should have sacked him, spit, and then said, what's up to him?
Well, then you'd get now a taunting penalty because you can't have any taunting in the NFL. We're all done with taunting now.
They gave out some of those last night, too.
I know, and it was I'm not. It's bad enough when we get some BS calls for targeting or all the PI or other stuff that kills these games. But then when you're going to have a drive happen where a guy makes a tremendous play, and maybe it's not like a touchdown, but like a big first down late in a game, and you're going to see someone get flagged for taunting for something that is very minor, because the NFL has said they want to stop all taunting this year. So these first few weeks, we're going to have some kind of dumbass call that's going to be terrible, and we're all going to be mad about it. So
I don't understand why they go from we don't want taunting, now we can bring celebrations back. Like, they keep going back and forth with it. The game is fun when there are celebrations. Like, at the end of the day, it just makes it more exciting. It brings enthusiasm. And Dylan, you definitely do need to fix that camera because I can only see my shoulder. I just was talking and I see my shoulder.
Oh, yeah, YouTube's a little off right now. Dylan's going to fix the camera there. Here's a conspiracy theory that I have. It kind of involves the Eagles game, but not really. Last night, ball gets kicked off, and I'm watching it. I'm like, yeah, NFL's back. Cowboys and Eagles. First, it was right around the time when this was all happening with Jalen Carter, right? Mm-hmm. Not long after, because you had the injury, and then he does this. And I open up Twitter, and I see ESPN and a few other outlets have Caitlin Clark's going to miss the rest of the regular season. I was like, damn, that is one of the best news drops I've ever seen in my life. Because if you have news that you don't want people to pay attention to, when is the time that you drop that? Usually, well, it's usually Friday after 5.
Dumps, yeah.
Yes, you do it right at the end of the day when kind of everybody's focused on the weekend. They don't see it. But another time to do it is right at the kickoff of the NFL season. I have a conspiracy theory that is as follows. Caitlin Clark, when she had that groin injury, because she's been out since July 15th, she hasn't played in one WNBA game. I think at the time she knew it was bad. I think at the time they knew it was bad. And if you saw her, she was like in tears. She was really having a moment when she had this injury and had to leave the game. I have an opinion that the WNBA and the Fever knew it was bad and said, but let's not just rule her out for the season. Let's tell people that she's rehabbing and we're not sure when she's going to come back. Because I thought when I saw this news last night, I thought, did the Fever get knocked out of the playoffs? Because that would make sense. Well, hey, if they only have a few games left, there's only, I think, 3 games left for their schedule. But I thought maybe they got knocked out of the playoffs, and that's why they're putting this out there. No, they're in a playoff battle. Yeah. So she is saying by shutting her down now, they're saying there's a chance she won't come back for at least another month. And if you got injured in July and your timeline is not until October almost, that's not an injury that's like day to day or week to week the way we were led to believe. My conspiracy theory is the WNBA knew and they hit it. So you would keep watching. Yeah. And so people would buy tickets and think maybe Caitlin Clark will be at this game. And they knew she wasn't. Class action lawsuit. There you go.
Their numbers probably went down. I mean, the thing is, with football season coming up anyways, that was going to happen anyways. So
yeah, I know that's how it goes. I'm just telling you. I think that's my conspiracy theory there. Also, I saw Bill Belichick. Do you see these stories about North Carolina?
He taking the air out the balls again.
And he's also spying. He needs to spy. He should have spied on TCU. That might have helped
They go down. I don't know who they playing this week. If they start losing in these big games, he better do something. I wouldn't even be mad at him if he went over there and took the air out the ball.
I thought it was like Charlotte or Richmond, a smaller in-state school.
I think you're right on that. So the news out is that apparently the Patriots for this TCU game, they had said, hey, we'd like to come out and watch and scout the game. and they were told by North Carolina, sorry, you're banned. Apparently, they are the Dave Portnoy of North Carolina football. They said the Patriots are not allowed to scout North Carolina. And then other reports have come out from NFL scouts who've said, yeah, of all the teams that we've worked with in college, they've been the least accessible. Bill Belichick has said, and apparently North Carolina has said, you can't come out and watch all of practice, which I guess a lot of places will let you do, or some places will. Some places will say, hey, you can watch 80% of practice, but the last 12 minutes or this part of practice you can't. Some will say 50-50. Belichick's, it's like they will let you in for barely any of practice, if at all. And he's banned the Patriots from basically scouting the... I just don't know how that's going to help you win in college, man. If you want to get top-level recruits there, sure, you can pay them, but they're going to want a chance to go to the NFL. If that gets out there that North Carolina doesn't work with the scouts, that would be bad.
It's weird behavior because this is the same guy that said, yeah, we're going to make this be the direct link to the NFL. We're going to make guys, which everybody else has already been doing for many, many years. But for you to come out and say, yeah, we're going to make this program the direct link to NFL prospects and all those things, but yet you won't let NFL scouts come see them?
And so maybe this reporting is not accurate, right? Maybe there's some misunderstanding here. However, an ESPN reporter tried to call North Carolina and say, what's going on? Can you confirm any of this? They got a hold of Mike Lombardi, and Mike Lombardi said, direct quote, good luck, and hung up the phone on them. And didn't say, oh, yeah, let me explain that or let me tell you what's going on. He just said, good luck, and hung up the phone. And they called back, and then Mike Lombardi's hairpiece answered and said, F off, and hung up the phone again. and so that's the end of that.
And then they asked Jordan Hudson, and she said...
Oh, yeah, she said something.
I'm not talking about this.
No?
No.
So we're just locking it all down. I don't know, man. If I were Bill Belichick, I would be saying, please come scout my guys. I want to put guys in the NFL. That would help with people wanting to come play for me.
The only way I could see him... The only way this could be positive is if he knows that they're not ready yet. Like, they not.
I guess that could be.
And he don't want them to see them like this now because they not ready to be scouted.
That's fair.
That would be the only exception to this.
Yeah, but even then, wouldn't you think you would say, well, the Patriots can come, but just, that seems personal.
Yeah, I don't understand why everybody else can come, but not the Patriots.
Yeah, that doesn't seem... If he's going to do personal vendettas and stuff like that, that's...
Did he get fired or did they just not re-sign his contract?
You know what? I don't remember. I feel
like his contract...
I feel like they would have mutually parted ways. I saw Robert Kraft saying the other day that they want to give him a statue as soon as he's done coaching.
Who, Bill?
Yeah. They said as soon as he's retired from coaching, which I thought, why does that... He's not coaching in the NFL. You could put the statue up even if he is at North Carolina and have him come and be a part of things. But I guess they want him there during an NFL game, which if he's coaching college football, he won't be able to do. Either way, it seems like they want to try to make amends there, but Bill Belichick does not.
He should thank the man above for Tom Brady.
Oh, it seems like it more and more every day. Morning Breath coming up next. Some people in sports who should just shut up. You'll hear from that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Friday. We are noticing a couple of crashes in our downtown area this morning, and that includes a crash on 71 on that southbound direction, just past Green Lawn Avenue, and a already busy area too. A right shoulder currently blocked. Thankfully, it's not causing any congestion in this area against 71 southbound heading outside of the city this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 for Kids.
1-877 for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
coffee, iced cap, refreshers. Tim Hortons has all your favorite beverages. And now you can get your favorite bite for less. When you buy any size beverage, add a baked daily donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. So next time you order your favorite Tim's beverage, add something that satisfies your cravings and your wallet. The $1, $2, $3 menu. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Buckeye Country Superfest 2026 is back for one day only in Columbus, Ohio. Saturday, June 13th at Ohio Stadium, featuring Tyler Childers, with special guests the Red Clay Strays, Lord Huron, Sierra Farrell, Flatland Cavalry, and Caitlin Butts. Register for pre-sale access now at BuckeyeCountrySuperfest.com. Tickets on sale to the general public on Friday, September 12th at 10 a.m.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
Bishop and Friends.
I don't have a clue what's going on in there. She's like, oh yeah, I just Venmoed this. Just have him Venmo me. I don't know what's going on in there. Could be anything. That's how she operates.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
The Ohio Lottery's new $5 scratch-off Win Big has a top prize of $100,000. And with the Ohio Lottery app, all non-winning tickets can be entered into a My Lotto Rewards second chance promotion to win Cleveland or Cincinnati football tickets, or even a trip to football's biggest game. And that's more exhilarating than a cooler of sports drink dumped on you. So exhilarating. Win big from the Ohio Lottery. A celebration waiting to happen. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
Labor Day is not just a day off work or school. It's a celebration of the American labor movement, of working people who organize, take action, and bargain to make this country run. From the assembly line to the classroom, working people built this nation, and our solidarity is how we protect what we built and win what we still deserve.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see some patchy areas of fog this morning and very refreshing with wake-up temperatures in the 40s and 50s. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine and breezy. We will see those afternoon highs soar in the mid to low 80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, we'll see chances of showers and storms developing overnight, some which could be on the stronger side, so make sure to have ways to get warnings. Our lows will get down into the 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Sometimes it's better if people just shut up. Shut up! It's time for Morning Breath.
Sponsored by Sanders' Famous Bumpy Cake. Now available in Columbus at Kroger and Meyer.
All right. I heard this yesterday, and I'm sure there's more context to it. I tried to give it as much context as we could, but Ryan Clark has lost his mind. He's talking about Arch Manning being a generational talent, and generational talent is a term we throw around too much. And then he tries to make the case of who is and isn't a generational talent in his mind. Here's what Ryan Clark said on ESPN.
Few of them. I think there's less than what you think. I think John Elway was a generational talent. I think Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent. I don't think Tom Brady, I don't think Drew Brees, I don't think Peyton Manning are generational talents. I think Andrew Luck ended up being a generational talent. I don't think there's a ton of them out there.
But so then what? Then how does one, in your eyes, be a generational talent? Because there's not a lot of difference.
production. Let me chime in here because I love the argument back and forth between y'all. I ain't trying to get in the way of it. Here's the reality. The operative word here is. Do you believe Arch Manning is a generational talent? He could be, but he's not. Why not yet? What have you seen to say that he is? There's no evidence. There's no evidence.
Okay, so Dan Orlovsky and Stephen A. Smith chime in on this at some point, but let me try to understand first what Ryan Clark was saying, because Ryan Clark is saying generational talent is a guy. It sounds like he's saying John Elway, just purely on talent, played in the NFL and then became great because he learned the game and all that stuff. But he was a generational physical specimen of a player.
Okay.
Andrew Luck. The fact he brought up Andrew Luck to me, I think, tells a little bit more. Andrew Luck was like a physical specimen quarterback who could make all the throws and then learned the game and became great in that way, too.
Mm-hmm.
He then says Tom Brady's not a generational talent. Drew Brees, not a generational talent. Peyton Manning, not a generational talent. All those guys learned the game, became great because of their work ethic.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's what he's getting at.
So he's going off a natural God-given ability.
I guess.
And not learning.
But in my mind,
I guess he's saying like they came into the league. You knew that they was going to come into the league and dominate right away.
Yeah, okay, that's that because John Elway was that guy in college, right? Like he came out, people
and
were
he
like,
threatened to play baseball if somebody drafted him. So
Baltimore, yes,
was it Baltimore
Colts.
Okay, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to go to Baltimore. That sucks. Anyway, the point being, like, I get a little bit of what he's saying, but this goes back to the same stupid thing with Arch Manning. What did you see that showed you he was a generational talent?
What did you see? Because you're the only one that believed that.
No, he's not. Dylan's far from the only
one in here on this
Okay.
show that believed that.
No, but like I think the people who break down film for a living, and it's not just Dylan or Ryan Clark or whoever. It's like all the recruiting sites bought into all this. And who knows? He may go on to have a great college football season. He did go up against a tremendous defense in Ohio State.
I think that's the part that people keep forgetting, like that he went up against Ohio State, and Ohio State's defense is pretty good. Some people are saying it might be the best defense that Ohio State has had in years, since, 98? I think it was the one that was pretty lights out. Anyways, I would say that when I watched him on tape last year, he looked great. He had great poise in the pocket. He threw the ball. It was money. He threw a tight spiral. It had some whistle to it. So I was like, yeah, okay. But what I seen last Saturday, that wasn't the guy that I seen last year on tape. So that tells me that he was confused, nervous, or all the above. Something was off for him because the little sidearm thing, he wasn't doing that last year.
That's weird, right? That doesn't make any sense why he was doing that yet. And if you're looking at that game and saying, well, if he's going to throw the ball like that, I don't want to get too controversial here, but you could make a case that Ohio State's defense didn't have the best defensive performance of the two teams on that field. Could you not make that case? Texas' defense looked really good. They played excellent. Who threw the ball better? Julian Sayin did. Against tough coverage, he made some tremendous throws. Now, some of his guys dropped them, but like the touchdown throw, right? That was covered. That was 100% a cover. That like the DB did a great job. Carnell Tate did a better job, right? That's what that came down to. But you could make the argument Arch left at least 4 or 5 throws where it's like the dude is open enough that you could have put the ball on his hands and see if he made a play. Arch Manning wasn't making throws that guys dropped. He wasn't making plays where it's like, man, that was the wide receiver should have made that play for him.
No, he was throwing it behind him and all.
He just
missed.
Wasn't giving his wide receivers a chance at all.
Skipping the ball off the turf. He just missed.
Now, that could be because of the scheme of Ohio State, how well they were executing it. So I'm not saying that Ohio State played poorly on defense at all. I'm saying, if anything, both teams played great on defense, right? Like Texas did too, but Julian Sayin made plays that even though his stats weren't huge, he made a lot of throws that gave his wide receivers a chance or his tight ends to make plays. Arch didn't do that in this game, and that's where I'd say I don't even know that we're talking about a generational talent because you're not even seeing something that right now is showing up in the game.
I'm going to tell you why he's not a generational talent. The reason Arch Manning isn't a generational talent, because if he was, he would have been playing as a true freshman. It would have been undeniable that he was the best quarterback on that roster, and you cannot not play him. That's what it have been. Like that's Tim Tebow. You had to play him because he was just like that good. Like that. Yeah. Cam Newton, he had to play because he was just that good. Like those type of people are like, that's what I consider generational talent. And for him to have sat behind Quinn Ewers, who he was good, but he wasn't. Yeah, he didn't turn out to be what he was supposed to be either.
He was
supposed to be a generational talent as well, and he didn't turn out either. So to me, I just feel like that's why I wouldn't have called him a generational talent.
So to the original point, do you agree with Ryan Clark then in saying that like Tom Brady isn't a generational talent because you didn't see it from him day one at Michigan?
Correct.
I agree with that.
Okay, but then this is where his analogy falls apart. Drew Brees was like an all-time player at Purdue. The fact that I don't remember what round Drew Brees got drafted in, but
second.
Okay, so it wasn't like people were like, I don't even know who Drew Brees is. They knew he was like, he set a ton of records in the Big Ten. He was an awesome college player. The only reason he probably fell to the second round was because of his height. But that's stupid. The NFL's just dumb because if a guy's not 6'3", suddenly, unless you're like 5'8", then they don't care about height either. But if you're in the like 6 foot to 6'1", they seem to like not like you. But if you're like 5'10", right, like little dude out in Arizona or Kyler Murray, or if you're like 6'3", then we're great. But if you're 6 or 6'1", they don't like you for some dumb reason. I don't get that. And then as far as Peyton Manning goes, generational talent, the man literally had the lineage of a generation before where they're like, this is Arch Manning's kid. He went to Tennessee, put up tons of numbers, and then was debated to be the number one pick in the draft. Obviously, it was Peyton Manning and Brian Leaf, right? Were the two guys, but it wasn't like he came in and people said, oh, who's his 6th rounder from Tennessee? He turned out to be pretty good. Now, people knew Peyton Manning. So even those examples, the only one that I could even give you is Tom Brady. And how'd he turn out?
I think Peyton Manning's the only one that I disagree with because, like, with Drew Brees, you said his height. Like, to me, it's like, to take it to basketball, like, the best players this generation are probably Steph and LeBron. LeBron is the generational talent of the two. Tyvis, calm down.
Anytime you don't mention Giannis, Giannis Antetokounmpo has to get a mention.
It just seems like LeBron was given everything by God, right? And that's when I think generational talent, it's like when that person that has that God-given talent and it comes to fruition. Yeah, that's what makes a generational talent to me. So I guess it's like we're arguing like what your definition of a generational talent is at this point.
See, I don't even like this,
what Tyvis
term.
Is.
That's right. You are because you're multifaceted. You do everything. But I would just say just to put a bow on this, the term generational is hard to figure out what they're talking about there. And then talent also.
Yeah.
Because we're acting like Tom Brady's mental capacity to process the game, his work ethic, his leadership. And then, of course, he had physical abilities that just weren't recognized by the NFL scouts. But like all of that made him the player he is. Drew Brees, not necessarily a physical specimen, like some other players might be when they come into the league. But he obviously is a great athlete. He was in college, and then he learned the game. He had his shoulder get all torn up, and he learned how to come back from that, rehab that, and still had a great career. I don't understand the idea that if you didn't come in dripping with like LeBron is a physical specimen, but there have been guys who are even more physically impressive than LeBron who never had his career because they didn't have his work ethic, his skill level, his desire, his tenacity. Why do we just say physical talent is the only talent that matters there? It's all those things that make you a generational talent, not just, oh, he has a big arm, so he's a generational talent. Like, you have to have all of that to be a great quarterback or great at anything in sports.
Because what I kind of decided yesterday to make this make sense to me is like there's a difference between a generational talent and a generational player almost. Like Jamarcus Russell to me is a generational talent, but where did that get him? You know, he can throw the ball 80 yards off his knees.
Anthony Richardson is a generational talent.
But see, wait, hold on. That's where we're getting confused. We're confusing arm talent for the talent to play the sport. And that's just two different, like, that is not, that's like, this guy is a generational talent in the weight room. It's like, great, but he can't do anything on the football field, right? Like that doesn't make you, to me, a generational talent is you've got the physical ability, the mental ability, everything to be a great football player. And by the way, like, ESPN isn't ready for this because they can never do this, but there was a generational talent on the field, two of them for Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith is a generational talent.
Yeah. Yes.
And Caleb Downs is a generational talent, but nobody wants to talk about who the best safeties are in football, sadly. So they're not going to have that discussion, but they should if they know ball. And I know they do, but they only focus on like 4 positions in sports. They focus on whatever position LeBron plays, quarterback, I guess maybe who scores the most goals in hockey, and then, I don't know, maybe pick another position, wide receiver. That's probably it. That's all they focus on ESPN.
T-Bone, I hate Heron in the chat. He said Bryce Underwood.
I got some thoughts on Bryce Underwood coming up next. Hey,
you for that?
Michigan and Oregon. Hey,
I tell you what, after one game.
Hey.
Listen,
2 minutes away. I'm going to tell you, I have some questions for college football this weekend. A lot of people saying, there's nothing to watch in college football. Wrong. I will tell you why in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there. Well, we are noticing some major congestion for folks. If you're taking 315 northbound in the city this morning, just past Goodale Street as well, a left lane is still blocked and travel times not looking too good for a Friday commute. 13 miles per hour out there. Pretty slow moving. Want to make sure everyone is taking it nice and slow and are extra cautious on the roads. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Voted Best Credit Union for the past 7 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
Got a less than stellar auto loan? It's time to switch and save with CME. CME wants to beat your current rate by 1.5% APR. Plus, you won't make a single payment for 90 days. That's 3 whole months with no car payment and a better rate for the long haul. It's fast, easy, and smart. Refinance with CME today. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 4.99% APR. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit CMEFCU.org for additional details.
This just in. Hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches. And our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Offer ends September 12th.
See Home Club for details.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, so maybe you got 5 jobs. You know, football season is in full effect, and you got a lot of running around to do, but you just don't have the energy for it anymore. You know, you got to go to work, and then we got games on Thursday night, and maybe you can't stay up for it, or maybe you want to play with your kids, and you just don't have that energy or that desire to do it anymore. You might need to go holler at my guys at Tri-State Men's Health, because when you get into your early to mid 30s, you start to lose 2 to 3% of testosterone production every year. It happens gradually, and before you know it, you're just not the same person that you were in your 20s and 30s. What you could be feeling is a decrease in libido, putting on weight, less productive at the gym, poor sleep patterns, or you're just sad and depressed. If you have any of these symptoms, I advise you to go to tristatemenshealth.com and take their low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz with yes or no answers. It literally takes about 2 minutes. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health. They will do your lab work and have your results within 30 minutes. A licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options, and you will make the decision together with the medical team. Cost of the appointment is $99. That includes a medical consult, T and PSA test, and if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. There are 6 locations right here in Ohio. There's 2 of them located right in Columbus. One is in Hilliard. The other one's in Westerville. So call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
So I have some questions about the college football weekend, because I feel like it's getting slept on. It's getting a lot of people who are saying there's really not a ton of big games out there. You don't have the huge matchups like you had last weekend, where you had Notre Dame and Miami, 2 big brands, right? Even that North Carolina game with Bill Belichick's debut. We know about Clemson, LSU, and obviously Ohio State, Texas. I'm telling you this weekend, there's a lot of questions that we need to get answers to. So here are my questions for the weekend, Tyvis.
Okay.
You tell me if you have any answers on these, but it is okay for us to have no answers here.
Okay.
Because hopefully we get them answered this weekend. Here's one right off the top of the head for Ohio State and Grambling. Is Tavian St. Clair going to play? That's
would
a
hope
question
so.
I have. I think that would be cool if he gets in the game.
I would hope so.
I mean, we obviously know Lincoln Keenholz should probably get in the game.
I feel like they're going to give him at least like a series or two.
Now,
Tavian.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Of course, Buckeye fans would love to see that.
I would
too.
love to see him get like the whole fourth quarter, but I just don't think that's going to happen.
Here's the thing: I want Julian Sayin to get a good appreciation. I want him to go out there and get to throw it.
I want him to play a half.
I want him to throw it, but I'm saying I want him to throw it like 25 times. I want him to
I want him to go 25 for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Sure, that's fine.
Like, I think we've seen enough.
I'd love to see that. Okay. And then for Lincoln Keenholz, I want him to get a good amount of reps throwing the football. Like, I don't want it, again, because it's college football, man. You never know when you're going to need someone to step in. I want him to be as good as possible for that in case that's, what we need to see. Also, that's my next question. Was Ryan Day going to let anybody other than Julian Sayin throw the football? Because in years past, I know, but in years past, we put guys in and it's just like, let's hand off the ball because you don't want to run the score up too bad. A team like Grambling, obviously, what the situation is.
Who did we play last year when Julian got in and threw the touchdown?
I don't remember.
It wasn't Akron. Who was our second game?
Did we play Marshall?
Maybe
was
it was Marshall.
I don't remember.
He got in. I just know he got in last year and threw a touchdown, so they still throw the ball.
All right. Well, that's one. Those are the questions I have for Ohio State this weekend. And obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing the, second string, some freshmen playing, offense, defense. Also, this is just a question that should hang over Ohio State forever until it gets answered, which is, will Ryan Day ever decide that the special teams matter? Because, it's minor.
We had a punt return last year.
Okay,
Caleb Downs,
that's
Indiana.
That's fine. We had a punter hit the ball like 25 yards in the air last week. I don't understand now he finally hit one at the end of the game that was good, but I don't understand why we don't have a punter who can boot at 50. And I don't understand why with our field goals we're basically like 40 and out. I'm not sure. I've seen kickers in college football this past week hitting from 55 no problem. How do we not have a guy like that on the team? But
I got breaking news.
What's that?
The Browns are putting the helmet back on the 50-yard line.
Okay.
Not the elf.
Good.
It's going to be the orange helmet.
What's the elf's name?
Elfie.
That's his name?
Elfie the elf.
Elfie
I don't remember. I actually don't know.
It's Brownie the elf.
Brownie,
that's right. There we go.
I see. You know what? I see him.
Hungry.
I see him every pregame. He comes to the pregame and gives me a fist bump.
All right, here's another question I have for this weekend in college football. How bad is Texas licking its wounds after the OSU game? Is Arch still throwing like Uncle Rico? That's another question I have.
He better not.
San Jose State, by the way, is who they're playing. They lost to Central Michigan in week 1. So if Texas struggles in this game, then all the alarm bells are going off. I don't think they will.
What's this, 36 in the
Yeah,
half?
it's huge. They can't. He can't struggle in this game.
I truly think that they will have a dominant performance. I don't think Texas is as bad as people think. I think Arch is fell victim of it being the first game of the season, and Ohio State's defense doing some things to throw the timing and the rhythm off. I think that if he gets back to the correct time and the rhythm, he'll be fine. I didn't fix that throwing motion.
Illinois. We talked about this earlier. They have to go on the road, and they face number 1 quarterback transfer portal guy in Darian Mensah, who got a bag from Duke. This game is supposed to be, last I checked the forecast, it's supposed to be in the 90s. It's supposed to be nice and steamy and humid there. I'm just saying that is a good test for Brett Bielema because I don't think Duke is going to be crap this year. And he is looking like a pretty good quarterback through one game. He was obviously very good at Tulane. That's why everybody wanted to get him.
I think it might have been Dustin. I think Dustin is...
Dustin Fox up in Cleveland?
Yeah, I think Dustin
former
big
Buckeye.
On Duke. I feel like he's the guy that was like, I'm telling y'all, watch out for Duke this year.
Yeah. They're like, I think the ACC could be secretly not terrible. And Duke is one of the reasons why. I think, I'm saying last year it was down, right? The fact that SMU was in the championship game, that's not a great. You had Florida State was terrible. Miami was like hovering around the playoffs, but not really a threat.
No, they was in it for the majority of the time, and
But
then
they didn't make
lost. Did they lose to like Pittsburgh or something at the end?
I'm saying
They lost 2 of their last 3 and then 3 of their last 4 if you include the bowl game.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, I
That's
think
because Cam Ward sat out after he got the record.
I'm just telling you, ACC is going to be tougher this year, and I think Duke could be one of those teams. So Illinois needs to watch out for this game. I'm sure they know that. Can Iowa quarterback Mark Gronkowski, can he throw for more than 50 yards in a game? His debut last week, he threw for 44 against Albany. But bigger stuff here. Kirk Ferentz, he's going for win number 206.
Yeah, he's trying to pass Woody.
That would be the all-time lead in the Big Ten. Yes, he is tied with Woody Hayes right now.
Is it bad if I wish bad that they don't win?
No, that's perfectly normal. But
I feel bad doing that. Like
Matt Campbell in Ohio State, them too. Iowa State, not Farmageddon. What do they call that? That's El Assico. The Iowa State game, Cy-Hawk game. I hope Iowa State gets them this weekend. I'd love to see that. Also, how about this? This is another question I have. Is Bryce Underwood going to be the new Arch Manning? Because he goes on the road to Oklahoma. Michigan, obviously, we know the stakes for them. They're trying to prove they are for real again after last year where they weren't great, but we know what they did against Ohio State. Now they paid this dude $10 million or whatever he's been paid. He looked good last week, but it was against New Mexico. Not a great defense, to say the least. If he goes on the road against Oklahoma, who also is not known for their great defense, but Brent Venables is their head coach. Theoretically, he should know how to cook up a defense. That's what he did at Clemson. I'm just saying, if he goes in there on the road, big environment, this is going to be the most watched game probably in college football this weekend. If he shows up in that game, the hype train that Arch had, they will drop him off at the station, and they are picking up Bryce Underwood, and they're going. Because he will be the new hype in college football for the future at quarterback. I promise you, if he has a good game, that's where it's headed. I hope he doesn't. I hope Oklahoma takes care of business. But
I could so see him doing that. I could so see. But you know what? They're supposed to have the John Mateer kid. Isn't he supposed to be?
Yes, that's the transfer from Washington State.
Yeah, he's supposed to be really good. So it's a
good matchup. 2 defenses that should be improved, 2 quarterbacks who can light it up if they get an opportunity. So, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to watching this game, and I'm hoping Michigan doesn't win. But I'm just telling you right now, Bryce Underwood has a real chance to come out of this weekend as the big winner if he does anything good in that game.
2 lines that look really wonky to me are the Oklahoma-Michigan line. I think Oklahoma still up 5.5-point favorite. And then I mentioned earlier, Duke only being like a 2.5 or a 3-point dog against Illinois. I think that this might be a bad weekend for the Big Ten based off of just looking ahead at the lines. And then I also don't have a lot of faith in Iowa beating Iowa State. So I think we could maybe see Iowa, Michigan, and Illinois all lose this weekend.
Yeah, that wouldn't be ideal. But you know what? As long as Ohio State puts up numbers, that's all I care about. Because I am always for me, I only care about Ohio State. If the Big Ten's good, fine. But
if we lose,
then you get the rhetoric.
I don't care.
I might say we lose those games.
We got to
hear that stuff.
Ohio State. Did Ohio State play?
I don't want to hear that stuff.
Did Ohio State play SEC teams?
That's just like me last week saying that the SEC is down and we only lost 2 games. It was only Texas and Alabama.
Yeah,
and now all of a sudden they don't want to claim Texas, but Texas was the team that took the SEC the furthest last year. It's
You're
crazy.
Exactly right.
Crazy to me.
Baylor, can they avoid an 0-2 start? They go on the road to play SMU, who is the 17th ranked team in the country. I don't think SMU is going to be as good as last year.
Don't tell Bo that.
Baylor, I'm just telling you.
Pony. Oh, baby.
Hey, listen.
Them ponies.
Baylor lost to Auburn in week 1. If they go 0-2 to start the season, that would be quite a surprise. Also, South Florida, they had a huge win against Boise State, right?
That's the one right
Guess
there.
where they get to go?
Florida, the swamp.
Into the swamp now. So if that's DJ Lagway, everybody's talking about him, how great of a quarterback he could be. That South Florida team, I don't think is going to win that game. I think they're at least 2 touchdown dogs,
going to
right?
be a good game.
They're 17.5
point
dogs.
Yeah, I think South Florida's probably not winning this game, but there's a very big part of me that wants to just take the 17.5 and have fun and hope, because I could see them making it tough. And
I don't know what it is about South Florida, but they're going to be good in before 2030, they're going to be like a good team.
Okay. I like that very low key, not bold prediction of between now and 5 years from now.
They're going to figure it out. I'm telling you.
And then if they end up terrible, no one will remember that I said it.
No, but I'll tell you this, though. DJ Lagway is very much a big, is he for real candidate for me? Because a lot of people believe he's going to be the guy. He's going to turn it on. This South Florida game could be one that trips him up. And I'm kind of interested to watch that. My final two questions. Eddie George, can he start 2-0? He's going to have a tougher task. On the road, just down 75, right? Down to Cincinnati.
Who they playing?
They're on the road at Cincinnati. That's going to be tough. But I'm rooting for Eddie to get it done down there. Hell is real. Still matters to me. He's representing Columbus. I'm going to take that if they win. Only if they win. And finally, the border war is back. Missouri and Kansas. A game that used to be played all the time when they were in the Big 12. Hasn't been played since, I think, 2012. Because Missouri, that's how long Missouri's been in the SEC. But it's back, baby. And they scheduled this game this year, 2026, 2030, 2031. I love this game. I'm glad it's back. And I'm rooting for Kansas. Let's go. Even though I picked Missouri, even though I picked
I'm about to say
Bo Prabula and all those guys.
What are you doing?
You got to go look up the history of this sport. That's why I'm rooting for Kansas. Because if you go look up the history of the actual border war, Kansas is the team we should all be rooting for. Just look up a little history lesson for the kiddos there. All right, Crosstalk is next, and we will hit the buzzer when we come back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, if you're heading from the downtown area, do be mindful. We are still monitoring a crash on 71. It's that southbound direction just past Greenlawn Avenue. Right shoulder still blocked this morning, but taking a live look at traffic cams, again, 71 at Greenlawn Avenue. Not too bad southbound. We do know, again, that right shoulder is blocked. First responders still on scene, but looks to be clearing up pretty soon. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Dear McDonald's, your breakfast menu, fire. 10s across the board. I could be happy with anything, even though I order the same thing every time. Thanks for not judging me. I'll try something new next time. Maybe.
For a limited time, you can enjoy a savory sausage McMuffin with egg meal, including golden hash browns and a small hot coffee for just $5. Price and participation may vary.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on the team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Did you know, right now, the time we are in, that is the best time of year to buy new windows? Yeah, whether you have old drafty windows or the cheap ones that came with your house, September is the perfect month to protect your home against cold, snowy weather. And let's be honest, it's going to get hot later next year anyway, so you want it for then too. Year-round savings with energy-efficient windows from Window Nation, that's one of the best offers they have. But now this month, they have an even better offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, you won't pay any interest, monthly payments, or down payment for 2 years. And if you're a Buckeye fan, you've got another reason to buy, because Window Nation will give you 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you purchase a whole home full of windows. Trusted company, a reasonable price, go Bucks, it's all there. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No interest, no payments until 2027. WindowNation.com or 866-90-NATION to get your free quote today. That's 866-90-NATION or WindowNation.com. Go Bucks.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
It's always a good day at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship. September 18th through 21st at the Scarlet Course. PGA Tour's rising stars compete, Pub 13 drink specials, and more. Get free tickets today at ncc-golf.com.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's Tebow. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
So much football this weekend. Of course, it gets started tonight because the Fan is your home for high school football. Olentangy Liberty at Gahanna, 7 p.m. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on the Fan. Tomorrow, of course, you've got Ohio State and Grambling. Coverage starting on the Fan at 10 a.m. Live on campus with the Fan Tailgate Show. All the kickoff at 3:30. And then afterwards, we've got postgame. Sunday, we've got NFL action with the Browns and the Bengals. It's all here, baby. It's all football. We're back. Bo Bishop is back as well. Bo, are you fired up for football this weekend? All of it in action?
I always am. Yeah, I always am. I like the slow buildup of high school football gets a week, and then college football gets a week, and then the NFL gets a week. I hope when college football goes back to week 0, which is where they're inevitably going to get, that high school football moves back too, so that 1 week by themselves remains. But no, I like the natural build to it, and the weather's been spectacular. So, yeah, let's go.
Bo, is your ponies for real?
I mean, come on, year one. We're not taking any money. We'll fund this sucker ourselves. Don't worry about it, boys. We don't need, you keep your $40 million from the ACC. We don't need it. We're good. I don't know if they are or not. I mean, look, they got a lot of talent. Jennings is a stud at quarterback. R.J. Maryland, one of the best tight ends in all of college football. So, yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of talent. They're big time in the portal. A big test with Baylor this week. I had Baylor win in the Big 12, and then they really spit the bit last weekend. So, bounce back for them. I guess technically they could still win the Big 12 even if they lost the Blood Ponies this weekend. They could. Yeah. I want SMU in the Big 10 is what I want.
Oh, really?
I don't know why we wouldn't want them. Yeah, why would we not?
That's interesting.
Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas market's appealing. I get that.
Massive market. So you get into Texas. It gives a dance partner to Nebraska now in kind of the middle part of the country. And it's an elite institution of higher learning. Like, what would you not, what doesn't fit there? Like, bring them in.
It's fascinating because, like, the Texas schools of late, last 5 years, right? Clay Campbell at Texas Tech is spending all the money he has. Now, he's like a guy who made it rich in the oil fields, but played at Texas Tech and has all that history. SMU's got billionaires that are funding it. It's odd to me that in all of that, like, we're seeing those schools come up. Texas A&M is the one school that always is, like, hyped to be good and then never delivers on all their history promise. I know they've got the money too, but they never seem to put it all together. It's just funny that we're talking about why wouldn't you want SMU? You're right. Yeah. They are probably one of the better programs in Texas that's available if that all breaks apart. But Texas A&M is just one of those schools that always gets mentioned as being great and then never seems to fulfill that potential.
This is my theory on A&M because for the longest time I thought it was the biggest sleeping giant in college football. Like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
They really don't have much history. They get a couple of Heisman winners. They haven't really won much of anything of consequence. You look at the money and the size of the institution and all of it. This is where I came to with them. I think they're just weird.
Dude, the yell leaders are
yell
weird.
Leaders and they got uniforms, and they got a collie running out on the field. I just think it's a weird ask. And I think the weirdness keeps them from... I think they just hit their heads on a cement ceiling over and over because the weirdness they can only go so far.
They have the expectations of Texas, but you're right. They have the accomplishments. They have the accomplishments of like a Baylor. Like it's
barely
not
anything.
Right? Yeah, you're right. I mean, they have a lot of history because of who's coached there and who's played there,
sure,
but they've never won anything really of
never
significance.
No, not at all. And yet
They have all the money and resources and all of these things. I just think they're
the Toronto Maple Leafs of college football.
Oh, wow.
There we go. That's what I'm going to say. Wow. Throw it out there.
Yeah, I get that's not bad. I mean, it's been since the 60s for the Leafs. So
yeah, they get a lot of credit for stuff that happened before any of us were alive.
But even A&M doesn't even have the Leafs history.
Yeah, that's
of
fair.
winning like cups before it. They've never won.
Yeah.
Ever. It's the damnedest thing. And I just think you see enough guys in overalls doing overdramatic cheers and it just turns the right people off.
Bo, real quick.
Yeah.
The Powerball is up to $1.7 billion.
Okay.
Are you playing a ticket this Saturday?
No.
Why not? You don't just skip out on a chance at $1.7 billion. That's
my donation.
See that?
That's Bo. I'll tell you what.
I'm my donation.
We're just helping the education of kids. Right. What's wrong with that? I mean, I should probably donate to my own kids' college fund instead of putting into that. But
you get $1.7 billion.
What's your first thing you do
with $1.7 billion?
Yeah, first thing.
I don't even know.
You've stumped him.
I mean, does that stump you?
I don't know.
That?
No,
I'm going to tell you the answer. This is what I do.
Go ahead.
The Four Seasons has this private jet.
Oh.
Yeah, this is unreal. So it's a around the globe stay, and you go from one Four Seasons to the next on their jet.
Oh,
around the globe.
Now you know what? I didn't even know that existed.
That's right. It's like 100. I think it's like 150,000 a person. So if you have 1.7, it's very reasonable.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, I think that would. I always thought, because I think it could. You wouldn't have to organize it. It's ready to go. I wouldn't have to worry about logistics. Like, it would just be relax, take the family and do a month around the globe.
Yeah. I think that's great. I think I would also probably what I would do is buy Chipotle and then say Tyvis is no longer allowed to show up and go to Chipotle. Just see what he does.
Dude, have you had that carne asada they got in there now?
That's good. It's good.
That's a bit of. I had that last night after NBC's football game. We sucked down some Chipotle, and that's the first time I'd seen that carne asada.
It just got back. I want to say maybe yesterday was the first day it came back.
It's nice. That was a double meat. No rice, no beans. Lots of meat.
No
those
rice.
Veggies.
Oh yeah,
I don't need the rice.
Just load it up with beef.
What is going on? Yeah, I've never heard of this.
Some of us are trying to get protein, unlike you with all your carbs. Just chill out.
Dude, I'm a man.
Trying to eat healthy over here.
What am I going to do with rice at my age? That's not going to be good for me.
Right.
You'll see.
Bo, enjoy all the football this weekend. We'll be listening. 3 hours. Fishman Friends coming up next.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
I forgot in all the questions we were asking, all the college football stuff we've talked about. Obviously, NFL is on the brain too, but don't forget, tomorrow there's a good matchup in college football, and it involves Oregon and Oklahoma State. The trash talk that has gone on between
Dan
Mike Gundy
Lanning
and Dan Lanning, good. So I'm just saying, I don't think it'll be a great game, but I do think the drama of every time Oregon scores another touchdown and Mike Gundy's just looking frustrated, that could be worth a watch. So check in on that if you can. Enjoy all the football. We'll have it all for you here on The Fan. Bishop and Friends is next. We'll see you Monday. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Fan traffic is sponsored by Hydrate Me Med Spa, Next Level Wellness, medical grade IV drips, NAD Plus, and so much more. 4 locations in Columbus. Book your drip at hydratememedspa.com.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My toilet's clogged, backed up too. The sink is running slow. Water's backed up everywhere. Oh, please don't overflow.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain, or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free.
Guaranteed. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, you can save on red, green, or black seedless grapes. They're only $1.49 a pound with your digital coupon. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in-store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences, like our Ortianda streetwear collection, our new Tilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-fueled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! This is what the Buckeyes train so hard for.
Just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change, their techs train like pros to deliver expert service every time.
Wait, are we talking football or oil changes?
Both. Whether it's the Buckeyes on the field or your car in the bay, it's all about preparation and precision.
Can't argue with that.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit VIOC.com/Buckeyes today.
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process. From the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
Coffee, iced cap, refreshers. Tim Hortons has all your favorite beverages. And now you can get your favorite bite for less. When you buy any size beverage, add a baked daily donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. So next time you order your favorite Tim's beverage, add something that satisfies your cravings and your wallet. The $1, $2, $3 menu. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants. Must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you're a sports card fan like me, you've got to check out Midwest Cards in the Arena District, right outside Nationwide Arena. These guys are true collectors themselves, and they've built a shop that lets you experience card collecting in a whole new way. They've got sealed boxes, packs, single cards, signed memorabilia, and plenty of TVs in their lounge. Yeah, they have a lounge. And don't forget the card bar, where you can open packs while you have an adult beverage. It's awesome. Stop by Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
Listen up. ESPN Unlimited is now included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Spectrum gives you everything from ESPN, live games, original series, top analysis, and more. Spectrum is really stepping up with this offer, and you get more of me, Stephen A. Smith. Get your act together and go to spectrum.com/entertainment for details. ESPN Unlimited and more popular streaming apps are included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Restrictions apply.
Opening day of baseball is cool. The tournament's first weekend is amazing. Underrated sports day, the first Sunday of NFL football. So let's spend it together at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join On the Money and The Fan for a watch party for the Bengals-Browns game September 7th. Watch and place wagers on over 30 kiosks, contests, prizes, and oh look, little footballs. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800.